Okay, I'm back. I'm about to have my basement social circle here, and I can tell that I need to turn this thing around because the lighting is not where it needs to be. But we okay this way. How's that? Does that look okay? I hope so. Let's have some fun, shall we? See how long this runs before they realize it's on. Because you won't see me in the picture, you'll just hear me. But I want to make sure it has the right lighting and everything. So I'll be back while I go get the neighbors. Here, let me move these for you so you got somewhere to sit. Because I know it's just easier for you when you can sit by the door. Whoops! I'm spilling things everywhere. Help on it. Okay. Yeah. Hope it's helping at least a little bit, you know? These are falling off again. Tuck in the cushions.
I am so wasted.
I bet.
Now,
How did your the apartment thing go?
well, they didn't have anything available at the moment. But the earliest thing I had available was, on July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the third floor place. We never in the first floor. So, but anyway, I am so totally wasted.
I bet.
I mean, why yet?
Why?
Because I went there, to get my, spin about it.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, I had to, first of all, for Ashford and walk across the street, getting out to Julie James.
Oh boy.
And I didn't know exactly where it was in James. I don't think the bus was on James Road.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it didn't. Because it got construction. And so anyway,
Oh no.
the bus came and walked at Tim Hortons, Main, after James and Main,
Mm-hmm.
and turned on down Main Street by Tim Hortons.
Oh
And
no.
I didn't know that. I thought it just meant go down the block or something or whatever and go down it.
Uh-huh.
But they took all around down to Main Street a while, and then they turned off, ran through a neighborhood somewhere,
Oh my goodness.
and then came back out on East Livingston.
Oh wow.
And they went this way on East Livingston and dropped me off by, of course, by Save-A-Lot.
Oh no.
At Livingston and James.
Oh
So
no.
I had to go all the way from James and Livingston on my pay
Oh.
down to try to get down to James and Maine.
Oh no.
And I was in so much pain, I could scream.
I bet. Dang.
And it was hot out and everything else all around my walk cane.
Uh-huh.
And so anyway, then fortunately, along comes the pastor driving up James Road. And
Oh.
he said, I don't know what I'm doing here on James Road, but anyway, he turned in one of the places, doesn't go down the road. I said, Pastor, what are you doing here? So he picked me up and he took me down, changed, the living stand and everything, went back around
Mm-hmm.
to get, right past the James Lane,
Mm-hmm.
where the train was.
Oh, wow.
Well, at least I got there.
Yeah.
And then I rang the buzzer for the police agent or whatever. She never came to the door, but anyway, then someone happened to be checking their mail, so they let me in. And I said, she says, oh, well, that's your apartment number 26.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, okay. Went upstairs, apartment number 26. It wasn't there. And I went like, all the way to the third floor.
Oh, no.
And it was, I'm knocking 26's door. And all I get was a dog barking.
Oh, boy.
So I had to come back down
Mm-hmm.
and start walking down the other way.
Oh, my goodness.
Towards James May.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw some lady, just that. Then I saw some lady sitting out in front of an apartment
Uh-huh.
on, Jane.
Yeah.
And I sat down with her. I said, you don't know the day I've been having. I told her how I didn't wait for my appointment. And she says, oh, it's just, well, I can help you out with that. And I can, I can kind of like show you apartments and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So she let me in her apartment. She'll give me a quick tour of her apartment and everything. And then she said I can take you back a couple buildings to get to her.
Uh-huh.
And then so she let me in the back door of that building. And then she told me she went up this stairs, to get to the person. I said, I think her name was 26. She says, no, this wasn't that. The apartment is different one, so once that one. So she went out and got the lady and she came down and talked to me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that.
at least I was pastor happened to be driving up. And
Yeah, that was lucky. Yeah, that was lucky. That was very lucky.
Change of living center.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Walking on my day.
Yeah.
So, oh, man.
Yeah, especially in this heat, you gotta be even more careful, because you can succumb and you can pass out from the heat. I've done it plenty of times.
So I'm actually threatening bullets in the heat.
Yeah.
Everything. But thank God, at least pastor came by, at least.
Yeah.
And then I called him when I got home. And then after I got left, I saw a sign for, on this telephone pole, it says rooms for rent.
Oh.
And I saw a guy that took it. And so I took it and went home and gave a call. It says, no credit check, no utilities, money's not leased.
Huh.
And it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
That might work.
Yeah,
My
really.
problem is, for whatever reason, I called him. I couldn't find the different reason. He said, we're not can't answer the call at this time.
Oh, no.
So, man. So I thought, well, not maybe, that might work if you could at least rent a room down.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason,
My goodness.
so get a hold of them, whatever, I don't know, I can't get a hold of them. Call a couple times. And they said, what? And then I was waiting for the bus, and there was another sign for the same thing, same phone number, same everything. So,
Oh, my
whatever reason, I
goodness.
wanted to pass the phone.
Oh,
Sheesh.
wow. Heck of a day, huh?
Whoa.
Yeah, that'll wake you out for sure. I mean, goodness sakes, that's awful.
So I was like, well, Pastor, I said, if Uncle Adam goes, I have to pick up a license. Otherwise, I'm just getting the phone. Nobody won't say, I'm getting a lesson here. I ain't getting it. So I told him just too much to go anyway.
Yeah.
In case they talk to me, so he's, just there. That's how I'm going to
Oh, my goodness.
So I am totally wasted.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a heck of a turmoil to go through,
Yes.
especially when the heat is just making it worse.
Oh, yeah.
Making it more of a pain in the butt. I totally get you. I really do.
Why is there one? What? Oh, man.
Goodness.
I was in so much pain at this thing.
I bet. Dang.
Good.
Well, at least I have some good news today.
Okay.
I got my paperwork and my kit and everything paid for. I am officially clergy, so I can perform marriages and hand fastings and stuff now. I'm considered a reverend. Yay! So when my packet gets here and everything, I'll study it and, you know, learn the ropes and what my next step is to do. Because I think Chris said there is like this $10 additional fee that you have to pay. But I guess that won't happen until I get my kit and I understand, you know, and he can explain it to me then. But you gotta pay $10 to someone to get recognized as being allowed to perform legal marriages and hand fastings or something like that. So I was like, okay, is that something you can do on the internet? But I don't remember what his answer was, and I didn't want to push him, ask too many questions, you know, and agitate him because he had to put 2 units in today. You know, and that's why I was like, man, I don't know how well this will do, but I hope it helps. And I just went ahead and put that one in for you guys myself because I didn't want to ask him because I didn't think he'd want to do it.
Not a third one.
You know, not a third one because, I mean, he was literally, sweat was dripping off his nose just in the bedroom when we were trying to get that one going. I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. You know, it's like, oh boy. So, but yeah, I wanted to have social circle from like 6 to 9 tonight. So that's about 3 hours, 6, 7, 8, well, somewhere around there, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, a couple hours. Well, that's why I'm closing it at 9. So like, you know, when she comes home from work, because I don't know if she's what kind of mood she's gonna be in, if she's gonna want to socialize or not. So I figure if I shut the social circle down at 9, then that gives her time to get home and everything, and then it'll just be me here, you know, me just sitting here. But I've been trying to write this letter for my son that he seems to think is going to help him in a way that I don't see how it's going to help him, but you know, he just will not be satisfied until I write it. So I made an attempt, and then I read back through it, and I went, oh Lord, I said, if I was a judge, I'd take one look at that and go, what exactly are you saying here? Because you want it to be you know, short, sweet, to the point, you know, reasonably professional, show that you have focus, that, and I was just bouncing around too much. I was leaving gaps of information out, and I thought, oh my goodness. So what I'm going to do instead, and I'll probably be working on this like tomorrow when I come down here, early afternoon usually.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up my my LibreOffice program and start, you know, typing what I'm trying to say. And then that way, if I make mistakes, I can just backspace and then retype or whatever. And then once I get it done and I think it's a presentable enough copy, then I'll have Chris print it off. I'll hit the print button, the printer will print it for me, and then I'll be able to give it to him where it'll be nice and neat and typed and everything, instead of my handwriting, which is really, really, really sloppy. I don't want them to be, you know, trying to read chicken scratch, you know, so, but, you know, I thought,
I'll put that in down to that.
yeah, let her know, and then and tell her if she wants, she can bring her chair down, but I wouldn't bring her knitting. I mean, if she wants to, but if she's not gonna do it, don't bring it, you know, because it's just extra stuff to carry, so.
On the notions, you know, bring it there, you have to jump around.
Yeah, they'd be playing with it and, yeah, stuff, so you don't want that, yeah, you know.
I'll go in around that.
Okay.
I can walk that far.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Believe me, I know you're hurting, sweetie. Trust me. Trust me, I've been there. Yeah, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. Stay in your mitten. Stay in your baby. There you go. Good girl. Okay. Stay in your mitten. Stay in your baby. There you go. Good girl. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of rearranging here. Oh yeah, let's not knock that over. My friend did get very upset with me. I wanted to try and do this at an angle. I guess it's okay, but it's still too shadowed though, isn't it? So, okay, what part am I getting? Okay, I guess it'll just have me or something. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? there's the door. Let's try that. Let me bring my chair over here. See how this is gonna work. And also give Jen plenty of room to, she's one of my friends that, like that way if they wanna be at a camera shot, they can, but, at least you guys can see me. So, let's see. I need my little table so I can set my pop on it. That's what I love about this little table because you can pick it up and move it around, Come on. Entree-vous. Hello, darlings. Oh, get my thing set up here. Oh, I've been having fun with Matt, y'all. Matt, the one that turned us in, basically. Yeah, I was pretty unhappy about that. I found out, who was it through? I think it was Norma, that, no, I know what it was. I heard it because she probably heard it, but I believe how it went was, okay, we all know about like Memorial Day, that, when they spent the night illegally, J&W downstairs. I refer to them as J&W because I don't want to use their first names because, I don't want any trouble. I mean, I don't want to bring that kind of energy back in here. So I just use their initials and ask the spirits ask the spirits to, please just keep them away from here. Just keep them away from this place. But according to what Norma was able to find out or heard, Matt is the one that told John that there was people in the basement the night that J&W spent the night that they had no legal right to do, and I never gave them permission to do. And then John was the one that actually called the cops, and then I won't give any last names because again I don't want any trouble. But John called the cops, and that's why they came out and everything. I know you guys let him in the building, so good. I'm glad that somebody called on him, because it needed to be done. And she said that he was telling John that, and part of what this was John saying it to us down in the basement that day, that we were having parties down there, that somebody was living down there, which was not true. And it's like, where do you figure someone's living down here? Do you see a bed? Do you see food? Do you see running water? Do you see a shower? Do you see a toilet? Why would somebody live down here under these conditions? It ain't happening. Why would I want to live in the basement of my building when I have my own apartment? Hello, McFly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? John, what? Really? Oh my God. Go away, you punk. And then because I was using I statements, okay? He's like, oh, so this is your room. Is this what you're telling me? And I said, no. And I explained once again. I said, Joe just told us yesterday that we have a right to be down here because we're not doing anything wrong. We're just having a social circle, for God's sake. That's not a Yeah, it's like, what the hell, John? I mean, come on. We've lived here for 13 years. We haven't caused any problems. I've let people stay here in the past, but they weren't in the basement. They were upstairs. And then at the most, I would let them stay like 2 weeks, if that. And then I was like, 2 weeks, guys, and you guys got to go because I'll get evicted otherwise. Because you're not paying rent. You're not on the lease. You don't have a legal right to be here. I did not okay this with the landlord. You can't stay here any longer. I mean, because I don't want to lose my place. You know what I mean? It's like, seriously? So, crazy crap, man, I'll tell you. Come here.
Let me start all that shit. Oh, people living in the
Yeah, and I mean, look at everybody that was benefiting from that. And then you just have it taken away. That's not fair. I mean, we didn't do anything to deserve it. Jeez. But I paid for my clergy stuff today. I was telling your mom. I'm just waiting on my kit. And, I'll get all my clergy status and my clergy, badge and everything, But there's one additional step that has to be taken. And when I get my kit and I go through it and I understand everything, then I'll have Chris help me with it, because it's only gonna be $10. So that's only like a $10 extra fee, you know, that's no big deal. But in order for us to be acknowledged in a statewide way that we can perform legal marriages and hand fastings and stuff like that, because I'm Reverend Janet now, go figure. Never thought I'd hear that title come across and have to do with me. I'm like, Reverend Janet. Okay, works for me. But once that's paid and everything, because I want to do it right. If I'm going to do this, I want to do it right. And I can't wait to show you guys just the artistry. Okay, don't get me wrong. I know I come off as a sales lady. You got to go find a husband, mom, and get married. I want to perform a marriage. I'm just kidding, Faith. I'm kidding. I like, you know, calling you mom because, you know, it's a fun, you know, family social thing anyway. Yeah, so when I get it and everything and all that's done, I will definitely let you guys know, because most likely I'm going to live stream about it, because that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And then I will be able to actually, if people choose, if they want to just like have a small church wedding somewhere, fine. I'll like, well, where are we going? What church are we going to? I would get permission from the reverend there and say, hey, they really want to get married in this church. They want me to perform the ceremony. Can we please do that here? If you would like to participate, you can. Because I don't remember hearing anything saying in the, history books that 2 priests couldn't perform a ceremony. It's never been done, as far as I know. So that's kind of exciting. I can't wait for that. When it gets here, I went ahead and I just brought up my little table today, so I got my laptop. I can do my LibreOffice on, so I can start writing this letter that Michael, my son's trying to, wants me to write, that he seems to think is going to have so much power and sway over people that he needs to light the fires under their butts, so they let him out and let him come home. So I tried to do a handwritten version. I just wasn't having any luck. I read back through it and I went, yeah, I would be totally lost. You get past the first few lines and you're going, how did you go from this to this? There's too many gaps, because I'm not sure where to begin. I'm not sure where to start. So I figure if I do it on LibreOffice, if I do it on the computer, if I mess up or I don't want that, then I can just backspace and get rid of the work. I don't have to cross a bunch of stuff out, making the whole thing look like a horror. And he's just not going to be happy until I do it. But that this letter is going to have some miraculous power over this judge, and that they're just suddenly going to finally release it. And Chris tried telling me, I said, Chris, what do you think? Do you think we should try to get some of these letters written? He's like, it ain't going to do any good, because I doubt the judge would even look at the letters. But to make him happy, I'm going to go ahead and write it. And then when I write it on my computer, and I get it all nice and pretty and neat and all that and perfectified, and then I will hit the print button, because I'll have to do this upstairs. There's no printer down here. Do it upstairs, hit the print button when I'm ready, and then proofread it, make sure spelling is all correct, make sure I capitalize where I do, because I don't really have actual writing skills, as in an author that's sitting down and writing a book. You got to know sentence structure, you got to know where to place commas and semicolons, you got to know where to place periods, you got to know where to place exclamation marks, capitalizing names and capitalizing things that you wouldn't think should have to be capitalized, but apparently it does. It's like, okay, let's do this. But this will give me a quiet place to do it. That way I can come down here, I can open the, we got it nice and cool in here now, as you see. Got a fan going on full blast in the kitchen. Got that one going, and you sit over here like, oh. And then in the bedroom, got that one going on full blast. So when Norma comes home tonight, she'll be like, wow. Yeah, we've been kind of busy today. Did it all for you, honey. Our tobacco piece of pot station. And if you want a pop sweet or anything, are you okay? Okay, how about you, Mom? You okay? You're not having pain, are you, in your chest?
Oh, no, not my chest. It's my heart bone. I just took my heart pill.
Oh, okay. Don't scare me like that, because you were holding I was like, oh man, don't tell me you're about to go into cardiac arrest on me.
No.
or something. I don't wanna have to call the ambulance, cause my phone's not down here, but we can use the house phone, so that'll work.
Yeah, it's not that.
Yeah, cause like when Chris grabs his chest or he puts his hand on his chest, it scares me.
Oh,
Because that's usually about the time he sits down and he ends up taking a glycerin pill.
yeah.
Because he's that scared that, you know, he could be potentially having a heart attack or something. You know, and I definitely don't wanna, you know, see that happen, goodness sakes, you know? Cause I'd have to be able to have a calm demeanor to call the ambulance here and not, he's having a heart attack, get your ass here now! That's not gonna get you a very good response.
So, anyway,
It's probably gonna be like, man, don't curse at us.
anyway, I just took my room a little while ago, and I'm gonna grab me some mints. And then probably some yogurt or something like that.
Yeah, go easy, you know, easy and light on your tummy, and you don't wanna give yourself heartburn again. Cause you know, people, because of how it feels, they say it feels like it should be in the chest. It's not in the chest.
I know.
It's like more in the stomach
Yeah.
is where it happens because I don't know if it's like you're eating too fast and you're overrunning your system or what exactly causes the heartburn or why. But I know like if you eat too fast, that can cause it. Or if you eat something that's a little too spicy that you're not normally, you know, usually eat, then yeah, it could cause a little bit of problem. But, so yeah, I can't wait, you know, when I get my clergy stuff, they gave you a certificate and everything, I'll get that framed, put it on the wall. That way, you know, I can like photocopy it on my phone or anything too, if people want to see that it actually is real. Or if I have to start carrying around my soft briefcase and put it in there, then I will. But, you know, it'll have to be a small frame, you know, something that you can slip in a bag like that easily and it won't be too much of a problem. And then, you know, I'm also, you know, gonna try, like, write up like a list. I will, like, write up like a list, like an, they call it itinerary or, you know, like a project craft list for that day or something. And just have some things listed, see if it's something anybody's interested in doing. Or we could always have a knitting party or a yarn party, crochet party, whatever, you know. And we could just sit down here, knit, crochet, and yarn, like, you know, have our little head session. Why not? You know, we're not hurting anybody, right? But I've been having fun with Matt today. I went downstairs because we know how well the sound travels, right? When we would sit down in the basement in our social circle before he ruined it and caused us to lose it. I could hear his TV. So when I'm down there, because I have a loud voice anyway, I make it a point. Matt, oh no, I might be having a party down here. You better turn me in. You better call Joe. Oh my God, I found a piece of furniture. Oh no, I'm living down here. I mean, really, dude, why don't you take the time next time when you happen upon a situation like that, instead of being an asshole about it, go ask questions. Be polite. You know, I'm just curious, what are you guys doing down here? Having a party? And we would have told him. No, we're not having a party, but if you want to join us, you're welcome to join us. It's for anybody in the building. Hello. How is this for me again? How is it that John came up with? So this is your room, you're basically telling me. And I'm like, what's with the attitude? You know, what the hell did I do to you, John? Damn, excuse the fuck out of me. You want me to stop breathing? You know, like, would you like me to sit here and hold my breath and turn balloons all down on the floor so you can laugh about it? I mean, good gravy. So, and then I would go get, like, I even went into my apartment. I'm like, oh no, Matt, you better call Joe. I went into my apartment. I might be having a party. You know, so it's like, in your face, motherfucker. You get to me? Take my freaking room away? I smack at you, you jerk. Jeepers.
I don't wonder how you're having fun with that. That's how.
And these are all promptings from my spirits. They're like, say this. Okay. How are you feeling right now, Janet? Well, I'm pretty pissed off. How would you express that, Janet? Oh, Matt, I'm moving something again. I'm getting in my cage. You better go, Joe. I might be doing something wrong. Might be somebody living down here. Gee, Christmas. I have been just relentless, and I've been down in the basement a couple times today. So, you know, I had to literally pull my desk out
to get at my papers and stuff that I needed in my briefcase. And the whole time, I'm like, oh no, Matt, I'm moving my desk. Maybe you should call Joe. And then I decided to bring my little table up so I can set my drink on it and I can move it around the room. You know? And I would have gladly invited Matt. He was never uninvited. He just never bothered to ask. It's like, if you want to know what the fuck's going on, why don't you come up and ask somebody? What harm is it going to do? Why couldn't he have the courtesy and the decency to do that before he started making assumptions like he did? You know? It's like, he's making us look bad. He didn't do anything. He did not do anything wrong. Joe had just given us permission the day before Memorial Day and said we could sit down there. We was all happy, and I remember we was all excited and everything. Yay, you know, because when Joe came down there to check things out, you know, and he saw how I had it set up and everything. I didn't hear him complain, did you? He was just like, oh yeah, no problem. You guys can sit down here. I'm like, thanks, man, you know. And then Matt had to pull what he did. And then John had to pull what he did. And then John said, well, I'll go talk to him. Oh, he talked to him all right, because a handful of minutes later, when I got to talk to Chris, he's like, by the way, your privileges in the basement have been revoked. I'm like, come on, why? You know, I'm like, okay, I'm done getting out of my cage, or what I'm putting back, and at the top of my fucking lungs, because I have a very loud voice. Are you enjoying the show? Are you going to complain because I'm having a social circle down here, jackass? You know, I mean, it's like, come on, people. You know, we're all trying to be the good guys here. We're trying to stay home, like Holcomb thing says we should do, right? We're trying to people, right? Well, as long as we do that, we can intermingle safely, and we should be fine. We're not hugging each other, we're not kissing, we're not doing crazy shit. We are just socializing. It's like, you know, Matt, I thought you knew what socializing was, but apparently not. Apparently, socializing, the hell we are. Do you see any booze? Do you see, okay, yeah, there's music, but do you hear it blasting? I mean, because I had my tablet all the way up full blast down there. I mean, I didn't think it was that loud, but when it starts to get like 10 o'clock at night, I would turn it down. How am I being disrespectful? So John's like, uncalled for. So not only did we clean up the mess, did we get so much as a thank you from John for cleaning up their mess? Oh, no. No. Did we get a thank you for putting the table back, which I dragged down the freaking thing myself. I dragged it through the hall, back where it was, snapped the lock on it. What are they going to bitch about next? I'm wondering. So Ellen and Malcolm's like, you go get him, girl. Tell me you're not on Amazon. Yeah, I guess I am, damn it. Because I'm going to give the boy hell. Because it's like, gee, Matt, you know, have you ever thought that maybe if the situation was reversed and I was the bitch that was making assumptions and accusing you of doing something you weren't doing and accused you of having a party, and you were the one that was having a social circle in somebody's basement, how would you feel? Would you be pissed off? Would you be hurt? Would you want to be the person to tell all your friends that really enjoyed the circle that they can't do it anymore because one guy's being an asshole? You know, so I'm gonna let him have it. I am. I'm gonna be relentless. I hear that motherfucker's TV going, I'll be like, oh Matt, I'm doing something down here, you better call Joe. You know, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, Joe. What? I'm not allowed to get into my fucking storage unit now? Is that what you're telling me? I moved my table, the big table, I moved it back in the other room where we used to be able to sit. I put it right up against my hexagon table. My hexagon table's in the corner of the cage on the outside now.
You cannot even enjoy that table anymore because of.
No, I can't, because I'm not dragging that motherfucker up the goddamn steps and bringing it in here. Fuck that. That thing was heavy, man. That thing was heavy, so it might actually be an antique. I don't know. But it's mine, so I don't care. You know, and I do know that the sleeves work, that the little things you pull out, there is a way to fasten it underneath. So if you just want one side open, you can do one side. If you want both sides open, you can do both. And then you have, like, what? That would make it 3 times its size, because you have a leaf on two sides. So So yeah, Matt, when she's like, oh, we're gonna have fun with this motherfucker. I'm like, oh, good. It's like, okay, Matt, now you really fucked up. You got an Amazon after your ass, and she will kick it. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, you better tell Joe I'm singing spirits on you now. Oh! Come on! Oh, Matt, come open your closet. The devil's in there. Matt, walk out. Look out behind you. There's a demon. I mean, damn, dude. Dear. That'd be crazy.
I don't think you like Matt very well.
No, I don't.
Now I'm gonna go home for a minute.
Okay.
That was funny as hell.
Oh my God, I'm watching YouTube videos. I might be having a party. You might want to call Joe. I'll make that motherfucker sorry he ever fucked with me. Because like I said, the way I see it, he had no right. He had no right, Jen. He had no fucking right doing what he did. Because he was making unfair assumptions, and he didn't even have fucking courtesy or decency to come down and ask me. And then I would have gladly told him, oh, this is just social circle. You want to join? We just sit around hanging out. What's wrong with that? I mean, just because nobody's ever done it before doesn't mean it's illegal. Last I checked, it ain't. And we just got the approval from Joe the other day, and then now you got to come along and do this, and then that privilege was just for nothing because now you just yanked it. But yet, we're supposed to put up with, as tenants, we're supposed to put up with being woke up in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, because they're pounding on the roof because they're suddenly, they have no respect for anyone in this building. They have no respect and no courtesy for the people that may have health issues, that need their sleep, okay? Especially in the morning. There could be people that work the night shift, for all we know. They need to sleep during the day. How are you going to work a 12-hour shift somewhere, graveyard shift, come home, go to sleep, have maybe 4 or 5 hours if you're lucky, and then come 7 o'clock, you're awoke to pounding. And people moving around in the halls. He has no courtesy for anybody in this building. None. And I'm like, okay, how's that fair? You call yourself a good landlord? You don't turn around and give us privileges and give us the right to sit downstairs and then take it away. Because that's just unfair. That is unfair. And I'll tell you, girl, I had to hold my tongue that day when Johnny's like, uncalled for, and I should have said, yeah, John, and another thing, it's uncalled for that you're being so pissy towards me. Why are you having an attitude towards me? Why are you blaming me? I'm just trying to do something nice for the people in the building here so we have a place to socialize. What the hell's wrong with that? I mean, really. Jeez. Fucking jackass. Oh, one of the things I yelled, I don't know if you heard me, I really don't care. I was like, oh, Matt, you fucking bastard. Why don't you go down and maybe you and John could be faggot buddies together? How about that? I'm sorry, but people like that just chap my ass. Uncalled for. I'll tell you something that's uncalled for. Coming down and fucking copping an attitude with me before you even have the facts, mister. And you call yourself the building manager. Oh my God, Jen, he's the building manager. You would think that from day one, the very first time we had Social Circle downstairs, his fucking ass would have come down there to see what the hell was going on, did he?
No, that's because he ain't doing nobody's job.
Did he ever say anything?
No.
How many times have I passed him in the hall? How many times have I seen him coming or going? And I was out back. He never said not one damn thing. One damn thing. I think he's just not getting any heater, so he's just being an asshole. But, because he's not getting any dick, so, he's pissed off and he's going to take it out on everybody else, especially women, which he obviously hates because he's fucking gay.
He's gay.
Yeah, I think he is, because I've told you that before.
Oh, yeah.
And at this point, I really don't care if you do slip up and tell him, Janet says you're gay. Is that true? I want to piss him off. Because he'll be like, oh, gee, John, I'm really sorry that I pissed you off. Not. Okay? The next time you hear something going on in the basement of a building that you're supposed to be the building manager in, and if you were so worried that something was going on that shouldn't have been going on, why did he wait until Memorial Day to gripe about it.
That's really fucked up.
Because when he did that, he pretty much, did you notice that how all the happy energy just was sucked out of the room when he did that? Did you see the reactions on everybody's faces that, and then Paulette, she got so fed up, she's like, that's it, I'm going upstairs. She said, because I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna subject myself to this, and I'm glad she did, because she's right, I'm sorry for everybody that was down, because he was the one being inappropriate, not me. He was the one that was well then. He was the one giving me the third degree, and I didn't deserve it. And it's like, of all days, they had to fucking do this shit on Memorial Day. And we were having such a good weekend before that, I'm like, really? Really? So yeah, I'm gonna have my fun with Matt, and I'm gonna aggravate that man so bad that he will want to leave. He won't want to stay here anymore. He'll find himself another place to live. Why don't you go find some fucking Christians to live with, you bastard? Maybe they'll tolerate your bullshit, but I won't. You fuck with a witch, she fucks back. Enjoy it. Fucking shit people do, man, I swear. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, John, maybe we should go out and socialize.
No,
I'm trying to keep everybody safe by giving us all a safe place to socialize. That was all. And I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. And for John and his fucking attitude, I'm getting rid of his fucking ass. I'm not going to say how. I'm not going to say when. But when it happens, you're probably going to be one of the first ones to notice. And then you'll be like, John moved out. I'll be like, really? And then you'll see me write something in a book. I'll be like, okay, cool. And then you'll come to me another time and go, Matt moved out too. What did you do? And I'll write something down and I'll be like, I cast a spell. And it worked. How do you think Lily Washington got kicked out of here?
she kept fucking saying that she was doing when her fucking work. You. That's a spell.
Yeah, actually I did a pretty whopper of a spell, and it only took 2 items. 3. Put a dead mouse on her fucking doormat one day. Just to do it. Okay. And then I sprinkled banishment powder on her doormat. And I also sprinkled some of it on her doorknob, and then I took the oil version of banishment, the banishment oil, and put it on her doorknob, because as long as she walks across the stuff that's on the mat, or she touches the door, even if it's kind of sticky or whatever, she might just be like, ew, but she would come in contact with it, and that's what you need to make the spell work. And it's called banishment for a reason. How long did it take before her ass was out of here?
And Jack was screaming at her like fuck.
Yeah. She almost burnt the apartment down a couple times. One of those particular occasions, I was downstairs getting the mail, and the downstairs hallway was full of smoke. And she had her doors open, and she was standing out there with her nappy ass extensions that are bigger than the fucking extensions of AT&T. And she was her apartment was it was smoked. It was smoked up. Fucking stupid bitch left the TV dinner in too long and burnt the damn thing. And there was the fire department was out here and everything. I didn't even want to be nice to the bitch because I knew she was trouble. But I saw her in the hallway. I'm like, are you okay? Do you need an ambulance? She's like, oh no, I'm fine. And then she went back in her fucking apartment. But she's the bitch that called the fucking city on us twice. Because she noticed the pungent odor coming through the vent system. Yeah, it's called cleaning supplies. I'm sorry you don't like the scent because it's not frilly and fruity. And I mean, so I don't know how long it took, but I wish I would have known. Like the day that she moved out, I would have known like the day that she moved out, I wish I would have known the date. And I should have wrote down the date that I cast the spell so that I could see about what time frame it happened.
Yeah. Hey, you got to fuck with that.
I am. And I'm going to keep doing it. And because I feel like Chris will probably be most likely the one to say something. To be like, dear, enough. I'll be like, what do you mean, babe? Matt got the point, okay? You can lay off of him now. Okay, baby, I'll do it on one condition. What's that? If this ever happens again, I put the responsibility on John and I put the responsibility on Matt to ask questions first before you start making unfair assumptions. It's like, oh, it's book club, Matt. Would you like to join? It's all girly stuff. We can put a dress on you and put some makeup on you. Oh, I'd love to get that on YouTube. It's like, now, the next time you decide to fuck with a witch, or in this case, this witch, don't do it again. Because this is a hell of a lot kinder than what I could do. Now, see, with all the power that I have, this is also where you've got to be very, very careful. Because, yes, and responsible because it can take you over to the point that you just become revenge, revenge, revenge. And Chris says, please stop. And I'm like, no, fuck you. I will stop when I decide it's time to stop because that motherfucker's going to learn a lesson and I'm going to be the fucking preacher to give it to him. Because I am a reverend now. Hello.
Well, you know what? Thomas can't come to this property anymore. Because John took out of this motherfucking story like it was a fucking beggar.
Oh my God.
So Thomas can't come up here anymore. And it's like, the fuck John and fuck Matt.
Yeah, because they're the asshole squad. That's who they are. And I got time for an asshole squad. I'd like to take a roll of barbed wire and shove up someone's poop chute, but I won't say who. Namely, the two men I was just speaking of. Or take a corn cob that's already been eaten, dump lighter fluid on it, and then shove that up his ass. That would be fun. So there you go, John. Now you've been fucked by corn.
Yeah, it's funny. You could fuck like for not funny. Oh.
But anyway, on a lighter note, because I don't want, I don't want to lose my privileges that we just got, but we had to move them up here. But, I look at it this way. This is how the universe sometimes does answer. Why are there? That's interesting. See the tracks? That's interesting. Wow, I've never noticed that before. And then it goes across. What the hell is that? That's weird. Anyway, weird things I'm noticing on the ceiling. No, I don't want cause see, I've got to be careful when I'm doing live streams, especially down here, because if you say certain things or like you say a lot of cuss words and you're like making threats towards people, they can chuck your video off after they see it. They review it. They'll be like, oh, this is too inappropriate, so they could kill it. So I have to be careful, and I have to train myself, keep the cussing down to a minimum, don't be doing threats and stuff like that, because that's just me lashing out in anger. I'm not gonna hurt those jerks, they'll hurt themselves. Karma will get them. But I'm gonna have fun with Matt. I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. Every time I go down in that basement, I'm gonna be yelling up through his floor and hope that he hears every word. And some of the times when I'm doing it, I'm gonna have the digital recorder running. So if he tries to say that I said something that I didn't, or I made some threat, I'll be like, excuse me, prove that again. This has the date and the time on it that is in speak of here that we're questioning, right? So don't tell me that I said this or that I did that because asked one of us, And I think that we have all sat down there before, and didn't I say that to him? That we're just, sitting down here hanging out, we're just, having a social circle. It feels like I have. But, it was one of the times he came down
to trip his circuit or something. Because something triggered it upstairs, kind of like what happens to us. But, I was talking with Malcolm and Rook today, my vampire and my Amazon. They're both helping me. We're like I'm the middleman. It's funny. And then they're the two people that are helping me. But I'm like, ooh, we've been playing around with ideas that we can do Matt all day long. I'm like, ooh, I know. And John too is like, sometime here soon, like when they're sitting there watching TV and they're watching something they like, or they're watching the news, or they're in the middle watching a porn film or something, and they got their junk in their hand or whatever, their power will just go out. But it will only be their apartments. Nobody else in the building will be affected. And they're like, Brooke, you want to take a walk with me down to the basement so we can see how the wires work? I'm like, go ahead. So they walk through the door, walk down the steps, they're checking shit out, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to have fun with him. And John's part of it too, so we're going to have fun with John. Fun with John? That sounds just weird. There is no fun with John because he's a jerk. Stop it, Janet. Stop the verbal bashing. Don't want to get... Gotta get out of that habit, dang it. Because, it was just wrong. And it's like, that's what people don't think about. How they're like, how would you feel if the situation was reversed? Okay, how would he feel if him and some of his buddies decided to hang out down in the basement and they were playing poker or something, doing something similar to what we weren't playing poker, but having their own kind of social gathering thing. And then somebody like me comes along and goes, oh, what's going on down here? Don't you have an apartment upstairs? Why are you in the basement? Don't you have room in your apartment to, don't you have a table, chairs, so you can do this upstairs? Why are you doing it down here? Are you living down here? Is this your room? I'm going to talk to the landlord and see what they feel about it. People don't think about that. When they lash out at somebody in anger, and they make assumptions like these jerks are doing before they ask. It's like he was never uninvited. Okay? I think a lot of what was going on with him is he was just mad because he felt like he wasn't invited. That was not the case. It's not our fault that he never bothered to ask us when he was down there what's going on. I'm just curious, what are you guys doing? Having a party? He could have started the conversation so easy. And then we probably would have just laughed and said no, but, I guess it could be viewed as a party, but it wasn't. Party to me, loud music, drunk people, stumbling, none of that was going on down there. Oh, don't go into that other. How fast can you brake? How fast can you order? I don't know, let's try it. Zing, okay, you're stuck in here for a while. See how you like it. So, again, now I'm just being here when they're not. I'm not allowed to have family over. Whatever. Then, okay, if I'm not allowed to have family over, then no one else in the building is either. How about that? Or more, specifically John. It's like, okay, then you're not allowed to have company anymore. See how you like it. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, my place of zen, somewhere where I didn't have to be far from home. Nobody would bother me, and I cannot believe it took me as long as it did. But I think it kind of, what inspired me a little bit was when Kenai did it. But he did it in the wrong way. He did it in the wrong fashion. Now, he was staying down there and loitering or whatever, staying down there illegally. He would take snacks down. He would smoke cigarettes down there, and probably pot too, I'm sure. So, he didn't care. And that's where he was. That's where I found that base that he pooped in. That was my base that he took from in front of my door because he didn't want his uncle to know that he was in the building because he wasn't supposed to be. And I think, was it a $5,000 poster, guys, or was it $3,000? I forget. I want to say it probably was about $5,000. I don't know who it belonged to. I don't remember, but John said that there was a $3,000 to $5,000 value Rocky poster in the basement. They stole it and sold it. And if that thing was valued that high, how much do you think they got out of it? And what do you think they did with that money? They went out and partied it away, like young, stupid people like that tend to do. They don't know about responsibility. They don't care. They just want to get high.
They just want to get drunk. They just want to be wild. They want to be loud. They want to be little jerks. Well, not around me, you're not gonna, because I'm gonna say something. I came down one day, this was before Paulette and Scott moved in, and I knew that sometimes they would leave the door unlocked. Because once we got Lily Washington out of here, then they went in and started cleaning it up right away, I'm sure, so they can give it occupancy right away, And there was furniture down, then they went in and started cleaning it up right away, I'm sure, so they can give it occupancy right away, And there was furniture down there. I would have loved to. It was like, it could have been used as a headboard very easily. It was, I don't know if you guys never got to see it, but when I walked in the bedroom, my eyes went all big, and I'm like, oh my God, it's beautiful. I mean, it was like, it's just really beautifully done. I think it had like shelves, and it was this big mirror. I think it was a dresser kind of thing, vanity or whatever. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was like, God, I wish I could get that. Jim used to live in the building. So he's got in his apartment. I'm like, you lucky little bastard. But he and I one day, because I was thinking of that even then, I was like, a place of zen. And I was thinking of places around here. The library is one option, but most of the time when I go down there, it's the study. Because in the green room, there's absolute quiet. And there's even little signs on each table or throughout the whole room, because it's that corner room. I call it the green room because it has green coloring around it. And it's the quiet room. So people go in there to do their business on their laptops. People go in there to study, to whatever. I mean, to catch up on their correspondence if they electronically write friends or family or something, emails or whatever. And it was. So I went down there one day and I made sure there was nobody in the hall because I wasn't sure if it was going to be allowed. Because I think by then Joe had already taken it over. I can't remember, it's been too long. But I opened the door and Kenai jumped because he's like, oh shit, I'm busted. Yeah, you damn right you're busted. But I never said anything about it until much later. He was in there smoking pot. I smelled it. And clear as day, he was smoking pot. And he had some snacks. And he had some drinks. And he let his little effing friends from the neighborhood in here around. He let them in there with him. And that would just be a little crib where they could kick it. They don't have to pay for electric. They don't have to pay for gas or water or trash. All they got to do is bring snacks and party goods. And they just, like they were entitled to be there, and they weren't. So instead of busting on him, because I was going to go down there myself, and I was going to sit and I was going to lock the door from the inside as an experiment to see how long it took before somebody came down and unlocked it. When they unlocked it and saw me in there, they'd be like, why are you in here and why is this locked? And then I could say, well, it was just an experiment. I wanted to see how long it took you guys to check it, because I found Kenai in here the other day and it was unlocked then. And he's been letting his little friends in from the neighborhood, so you better watch it. Because knowing Kenai the way we do and how much stuff he's stolen here, what do you think his friends are going to do? His friends actually helped him steal some stuff out of that apartment. Because they were carrying it down the steps, because I heard it. I was upstairs. I didn't do anything. I should have snuck down, peeked over the banister, saw what they were doing, snapped a picture of them, and then went and called the cops and said, these guys are taking this stuff out of this apartment. They're stealing it. They have no right. They do not live here. And this little dude right here is the nephew of the blind guy in the building, which I will gladly introduce you to, because I'm sure he'd want to know that his nephew's down here, because he wasn't even supposed to be in the building. And he knew it. But he did it anyway. They would break in when they knew Harold was gone, and I forget who told me this, probably Jim. He was the most observant of us, bless him. But I'm pretty sure it was him, because he probably heard it a lot of times, right? They found a ladder. They would break in to Harold's side windows between the buildings, and they would go in and rob him blind. And then they would sneak back out, or if they knew he was going to be gone for a long time, then they would just kind of kick it and hang out there, And again, they had no right. They were not supposed to be there, and they knew it, but they did it anyway. Okay? I said nothing. I didn't say it until it was the most appropriate time and to the right ears. Meaning, the person that I know, it would get back to the landlord, or if it was the landlord himself, I'd be like, by the way, I saw Kenai in there smoking pot, just thought you'd want to know. And I didn't say anything right away because I didn't want to get the kid in trouble. But at the same time, I thought, well, let's see if he gets a self-caught, or something. Or let's see if he develops a sense of morality and decides that this is wrong and I'm not going to do this. Not him. Not Kenai. So, sadly, I mean, you see it all too often anymore. The troubled youth still running around the streets and all these young people just getting in all kinds of trouble and crap. And it's heartbreaking to see because you can't really do anything to help them. You can try, but, they're just usually not open. And I did try with Kenai. I did. I know you saw me. How many times did I try with that boy? How many times did I try to talk some sense into him out back? And I was genuine. I was. And I even looked him right in the face and like, Kenai, there's another way, man. There's another way. You just got to choose it. Why are you doing this? I mean, is this what you're going to teach your kids? If you ever have kids one day, that's okay to steal. That's okay to do things like break into an apartment you're not supposed to be in and live there when you're like underage and there's no way you can possibly have a job and pay rent. You're only 16 or 14 or whatever, But it's like, I said nothing. I kept my mouth shut because I really was hoping that kid would turn himself around. But some of them are just so lost, you can't turn them around. You can still hope for them, pray for them, light a candle, and his mother, whose name I will not mention because I would call her our version of her name. And that would be a big no. So, it would just cause too many problems. I'm not here to cause problems. But it's her fault. It's her fault because how much time did she actually ever give any of those boys? Why do you think Keisha left? And went to Las Vegas. He wasn't happy here. And went to Las Vegas. He wasn't happy here. But at least he's trying to make something of his life. At least he's trying something. I think he was a smart kid of the three. He got away. What do you think? What causes kids to rebel most of the time? They're not getting enough attention from the parents. They're not getting enough love. They're not getting acknowledged. They're not getting recognized. They're not getting accepted. They're not wanted, period. Get away from here. I don't want you here. What love has that boy ever gotten truly from his mother? Because the youngest of the three, I don't know that kid's name, but he seems to be her baby. And he still gives her hugs and kisses. And I'd be like, one of these times, she's lucky I didn't do this because this would be really cruel and it would be verbal bashing, but it's a bad joke. But I'd be like, I don't think you should give mommy kisses because you don't know where her mouth has been. And then he'd be like, what does that mean? Never mind. But the way she kept, messing around and I don't know if she, going probably bed hopping, probably, one night stands or whatever, trying to get this house supposedly, and it took her how many years to even get that accomplished? How much has she really done for her kids, guys? Truly.
What?
Keisha was out, and I'm proud of that. I hope he shows them all, and he makes a name for himself, a good one. He gets himself a good reputation, gets himself a good job, does well with the band or whatever he's doing, get himself a nice little place. I would be so happy for him because at least he's making something happen. He doesn't expect it to just be handed to him. He has no problem working for it. Do you think those other two boys are ever going to learn anything like that? Staying with their mother. Ooh, how many times did she dump junk out here in the alley and just left it sitting there? And drove off with how many witnesses?
A boatload.
Well, you better call both junk people so they can come and get it. And she claims that she did. Well, what's the proof? Show me the proof that you did it. I bet you it was one of the other neighbors Most likely it was Miss Peggy, just years. The ceramic one that J and W brought me, it was the bowl downstairs, and I saw it very clearly, I'm pretty sure. And it had soapy water in it, and I'm going, what's this about? And I think it was W trying to come back through and say, I'm really sorry, Janet. Well, it's a little late for sorry. You know, it's like, I'm sorry too, W, because you and Jay had a good thing here, and you had a good friend, and you lost it all. Now you literally have nobody. You're on everyone's mercy. You have to trade sexual favors to get a place to stay. That's prostitution. That is prostitution. And they're both doing it. And they like it. And they like it too much. Like the wife that didn't want to leave because she liked the idol worship. You know, I'm not against people that are like that, but those two, I don't know, what do you think they would rank in hell? Do you think they'd take it over? Or would they be Satan's little puppet? You know? Because, I mean, how many times is Will very blatantly and laughs about it? I'm the devil. Oh, dear. Get out of my face. I don't want no devils here. Bye. I work too hard to keep positive energy here. That is not a positive energy. Melinda, could you come and help me, please? Thank you. I love you. You're beautiful. I call her my Miss Pink because she wears pink a lot. She has it in her hair. She'll wear it in her makeup. She'll wear it in her jewelry, in her clothes. Beautiful, beautiful young lady. She's only been doing she's been doing demonology for 7 years. 7 years. I'm like, wow. I've not done demonology because here's the thing, and Linda even pointed this out, but I heard it in my head from one of my spirits before I even opened my mouth. And they basically confirmed it. They're like, yeah, that's exactly it. Okay. Like when they brought me the stuff that they brought me, I remember there was a moment when Norma had me come upstairs here and get the bucket, the little thing in the sink, take some water down. And so Will, their skin, which I know that's got to be uncomfortable, because look how much they walk. You know, look how many places. I mean, that's how they get around, guys. They just have to walk everywhere. And another thing that W kept doing that I didn't like was he was, they say this is more important right now, but he was, he kept wanting me to do that Wish thing where it's like this website that you can go to where you can buy stuff from it and things like that. And he kept trying to get me to do it. He's like, look, there's this $1,700 laptop and you get it for $80. No, not doing it. He wanted me to do it so they could get the money and they could get my information and they could just clean me out. Because that's exactly what we've done. I know it is. You know, so, but anyway, you know, he washed his feet. Now, I know back in the biblical times that it was like a very big deal when somebody offered to wash your feet. Was that a Jesus thing, or was that where, like, was it that where Mary Magdalene was she the one that washed his feet? And then used her hair to dry him?
No, but close up, was, you know, she had, you know, gotten delivered from prostitution and everything. And then because of that, she had had a box.
Oh.
And then she pulled out.
I don't know if it was a biblical thing or if it was just a spiritual thing that one of my friends that is no longer with us, sadly, he was the closest thing, guys, to Robin Williams I will ever know.
Wow.
He got shot and fatally killed. He was living up on High Street somewhere, and I mean, he was a great guy. I was like, no, not him, dang it, because he was a nice guy. His name was Michael. I think his name was Michael something, and he looked like it even. Oh my gosh, and his sense of humor. It's like, okay, Robin, and he would just start laughing because he was that much like Robin Williams. It was trippy, but the reason why I was asking about the whole foot washing thing, because I don't remember what his religious beliefs were. But he made me feel like it was a sacred thing to do, kind of like some temples, they ask you to remove your shoes before you walk in, or they will ask you to bathe your feet because you're on sacred ground. You don't bring dirt into a holy place. You are clean, okay? But Michael Santarelli, yes, thank you. I'm glad you're here, honey. Just hang out over there wherever you want. Don't get too close to me because I'm already sitting by I don't know. I'm just, there's a weird energy. I don't want you to get sucked in, so just be careful. It's not bad. It's just, I know he's here. He's like, man, why didn't we ever date? And I'm like, I don't know, Mike. I can't even think about that right now. We probably would have been a cute couple, but no offense, honey, I love you. But Mike did have some mental issues. He had some mental problems, but he was a great guy. And we was over at his place one time. A bunch of us were sitting around partying, socializing a little bit. And he said, I don't remember if it was me, but somebody in our group, he wanted to wash their feet. He wanted to literally wash the feet of every person in there. Because he said, welcome to my humble home or something. He was such a sweet man. He was a real sweetheart. I was devastated when I found out he got shot in death. That was just awful. Mike didn't deserve that, I mean, he was a peaceable guy. Yeah, I mean, don't piss him off. Oh, God, don't trigger him. Because Adam triggered him one time, and he lost his shit, man. He actually got, a little rough with Adam, and Adam didn't mean any offense to him. But I remember my mom telling me about it, and I saw it on the news, and I saw where Mike's place was. And I knew it was him, and I was like, no. Why? No. Because, I just wish I would have had more time with Mike. I wish I would have been allowed more time. And, I loved how compassionate he was and how loving and kind. And I mean, he just wanted everybody to have a good time. He's like, welcome to my home, just chill, relax, We would just want to sit around Jimmy Jaw all day, and we'll sit around Jimmy Jaw all day. If we want to sit around and party a little bit, get some brewskis or something, then I don't see anything wrong with that. As long as you do it responsibly. Part of doing it responsibly, like you're stumbling downstairs, you're bumping into walls, you're tripping over things, don't do that to your body. Don't do that to yourself. Because, man, I'll tell you, some of this stuff is not easy to let go of. And I come from an alcoholic family, so I know how hard it is to walk away from that stuff, because it's an addiction. It's another form of drug, But yeah, Mike, I was devastated, because I was like, no, that is so unfair. Mike did not deserve to go that way. And I don't remember what it was. I don't know if he was like a stray bullet got in, or if somebody literally murdered him for some reason. Had that one really good time there at his place, and a bunch of us were gathered. A bunch of witches, most of us, and also the Rocky crowd, because I did get to do the Rocky thing a few years ago, many years ago, because God, Alicia was still dead when we went. But they had a midnight showing. You had to go at midnight. Like most people would start showing up around 11:30 or whatever, and they would literally start to film every single night, every single time on at midnight, right at midnight. And they would role play, dress like, talk like, act like the characters in the movie as it was going on, and they were standing in front of the screen the whole time. So that's even better than 3D, okay? Because you're seeing it on the screen, and they're copying everything that's being done. I mean, it was tastefully done. No private parts were shown or anything like that. They did it tastefully, because otherwise it would have been illegal. Now if it's a stripper bar, another matter, but it wasn't. So the midnight picture show is what they called it. And then you see a pair of lips appear, and it starts singing this song, and all. It was a fun time. So it was part of that group too. So you had witches, you had wizards, you had role players, you had D&D people, we were quite the cauldron of mix. We were definitely the cauldron of accumulation or something. I don't know. But it was really sad. I never got to, I don't even know where Mike's buried. I don't remember if I even lit a candle for him. If I haven't yet, Mike, I'm really sorry, honey. Just try to remind me, and I'll try to do one later. But, I doubt I'll do it down here. That I'll probably do upstairs. So I've decided that, at least for the time being, to be a little random here a minute. I can collapse that little white table down, and I'll probably just put it up against the wall or something, so it'll be out of the way, and don't have to worry about the cats knocking it over. I'll have my little table in front of it, so that'll help hold it up against the wall. And then, just, my laptop, I'll start carrying it in my little soft case that I bought for my laptop, but it was meant for my big size one. And, it's, so, I might have to, I'm still questioning how well that thing's gonna work because, some of the keys are sticking. Sometimes it's taking way too long to load stuff, way too long to load stuff. But we immediately turned it off. We immediately started unplugging it. We immediately grabbed a crap ton of paper towels and started sopping it up and sopping up the milk and everything. And I think Chris at that point like tried to wipe it off, hopefully with cloth or something before the stuff really solidified down in there. And then it's like super glue. How are you ever going to get that stuff out of the keys and use it again? You're going to have to buy another unit, and that's something I just can't afford to do right now because that little sucker cost me 100 with taxes. I think it was like 129, so almost 130 bucks. But it's a 2-in-1. It's in really good shape, and I haven't had any issues with it so far. Really, and it's easier. Like especially if you're at the library or something, you're studying. It's nice to have something that small that you can just use, and it's not taking up a lot of room. Because you take a full-size laptop in there, that takes up almost the whole section of the table. I don't like, not to mention how heavy that thing is. And then you got to carry that thing in. That's why I would use my little soft briefcase over there, or I would take it, I would put it in some kind of padded thing to protect it, keep it from getting scratched up and stuff. And and it worked. It did the job, and if you sat back water for a few hours, I don't know how long it would be before it would be soaked through, but it has a degree of water protection. Not that I'm ever going to experiment and do that, but this one is nice, and this is why I like having a nice one, a small one, because it's portable. You can take it anywhere. You just got to have a case to carry it in, carry your mouse and your mouse pad, and your power cord. And find a Wi-Fi place like McDonald's over here's Wi-Fi, and I remember at a time, a while back before we got internet, we would go over there with our laptops to do our stuff, and you could use their Wi-Fi to do it. Because see, with Wi-Fi, some of the things I've learned, this is like basic, like top bottom line stuff. Some of the first things you learn and wise up about is that they have unsecured password and secured password. If it's an unsecured password, anybody can use it. If it's a secured password, you have to have permission, and you have to be given an exclusive code that only you have, that no one else has, no one else can copy, and then you use it that way. So we would go over there and sit for a couple of hours, and other people were doing the same, because it was the closest Wi-Fi connection. And there was like when Jack was here, there was a time when he said that, he gave internet to the whole building. And I was just blown away by that. You think Joe's ever going to do something that nice for us? I doubt it. Because then that would cost him money, not make him money. He's like, he's not going to do something that nice for anyone. I want to think of him as a nice little Jewish guy. Why does he got to be like this? Why does he have to be such a pushover? Why doesn't he listen to both sides of the story before he starts making agreements that he's just going to take away the next day? Then why did you even say it was okay if you're just going to take it away again? That's not right. That is not fair, man. So if this is a party, at least it's a quiet one. It's not like we're down here banging on a drum or something. Good Lord. Or, oh, Matt, you might want to call Joe. I'm bringing the fire pit in. I don't want to be the bad guy. And it kills me that we've been here this long and this stuff's happening now. And I'm like, what happened to John? He must not be getting any winky because he's being a jerk. What happened? He used to be nice. Oh, I think that he's always been this way, dear. It's just that Jack kept him in his place. And I have been trying to formulate a way to get John exposed to Better Call Jackson or something like that. Tell him I don't want to I'll give my name, but I don't want them to know who called or anything like that. Because what they're doing is wrong. If John then told me that story, guess who had the fun to clean up this shit? Any takers? Anyone gonna help me with this, or am I expected to do it myself? Okay. And I thought this was weird. This was the only time I recall him doing this. He actually crowned me the authority of, I don't know if it was I was the oldest person there, or I had the most seniority because I'd been with the coven longest. I forget, it was something like that. But there was this girl that he was dating. I don't remember her name, and I figure if I give first names, I mean, hey, the person that I'm speaking of, they know their name. I don't have to give the last name. But, it's a lot easier than saying a bunch of initials, and people are like, what the hell is she talking about? But this girl, I think her name was Kathy or something. She was a nice enough girl, right? She was fairly new to the coven, and she had just started dating Lonnie. So Lonnie comes into the kitchen, and he says, Janet, Kathy here would like to, like your permission, to help. Do you want her to help clean or something? Or she was wanting admittance into the coven or something. But I'm like, when did he give me this authority exactly? Because I don't recall. That's like high priestess status, and I never got initiated to be his high priestess. I wouldn't want to be his high priestess because he's a pedophile, he's a sick SOB, and he molested his own kids. Okay? He was harboring runaways in his basement and making them have sex with him and claiming it was for a ritualistic purpose. They were teenagers. They were underage. They were jailbait. But he didn't care. And then he got busted. Thank you, God. He got busted. He went to jail for a while, got out, whatever. If I ever see that jerk again, so help me. Ooh, I want to punch him hard. Right in the keister, man. Or right in his junk. So I bet you ain't going to get it up for a while, because I'm going to make sure you don't. You better hope I never get my hands on it, because I will rip it off your body.
Okay.
And no, on this occasion, my anger is not misplaced. Let me tell you why. This jerk molested my son, Michael, when he was 4.
Oh, boy.
He threatened to cut his throat if I told him if I ever told Mommy what Lonnie made him do.
Oh,
Doing in the butt.
oh, no.
He was 4. He was 4. Okay? Lonnie actually cut him enough that there was a spot on his neck, and I'm like, what happened, honey? And he's like, and then Lonnie chimed in and said, he was playing with my razor and he cut himself. No, that was where Lonnie held a knife to his throat and threatened to cut his throat if he ever told me what he did.
Okay.
Michael didn't tell me that horrible story until years later. When I found that out, that's when I got the heck out of there, and I never looked back. I never went back. I never talked to them again. I was out of the coven. I'm done. You don't molest my son. And then lie about it and threaten his life if he didn't do what you wanted him to do. That's the same kind of bastard this guy was.
Yeah.
And still is. He's still living.
Okay.
And I've dealt with types like him more than once. But point being, he molested my son. If I would have found out when it actually happened, and Michael wasn't so terrified to come and tell me, my mom figured it out. There was other signs that, some of which I did pick up, which I won't, no point mentioning it now, but basically, my mom, when she found out, put 2 and 2 together, and I think Michael told her what Lonnie did. And he, at that time, that little thing had been through enough. I don't think I would have wanted to know, because then I would have done something stupid, and I would have ended up in jail, and then my mom would have had to raise my son, which she did pretty much anyway, her and Jim. So, after that, I was like, I'm out of here. I'm not gonna, no, you're not gonna do this to my kid. No. And Michael, I was gonna take him back with me, and he started crying or something. Mom said, he's not going back with you. And I'm like, why? What's going on? And he's like, well, for one thing, and then she told me like a little bit of some of the way he was acting and stuff, and she's like, I don't know what happened, but something terrified him. He's not going back there. And I didn't question it. You know, I was like, okay, Mom, just, you know, please tell me sometime. So if you find out any more, you know, tell me, because I want to know what happened. You know, did somebody hurt him? What happened? You know, someone threatened him? Well, yeah, threatened to kill him. A grown adult. What little kids are supposed to believe they can trust. That would never hurt them. And when Michael finally told me, I was just like, Michael, don't let me get around a gun, especially if it's loaded right now, because I don't like what I'm thinking. He's like, I won't, Mommy, I promise. And, you know, I was lashing out. I wouldn't have actually went out and purchased a gun, but man, I wanted to. I wanted to put a bullet right between his legs. I did. See how you can function when you ain't got a thing no more. Then you're going to be is it a eunuch? They call them eunuch when they get it all cut off. And, yeah, I think it's eunuch or something like that. So you're celibate for life. I think that's fitting, you know, considering how many young people he's molested, and how many he's probably threatened, and how many he's probably strung out with drugs. You know, just to have his little playthings that he had no legal right to. Not to mention the absolute horror of it all. Oh, wow, yay, time's going slow, time's going slow. Time's going slow, time's going slow. Time's going slow, time's going slow. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Uh-oh, we're having a party, better call Joe. I am not going to let up for a while. You want to pop? I'll stick this in the fridge so it'll stay cold. Hey, BB. No, I like it warm. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know. But yeah, so, you know, at least today's better. You know, because, I mean, at least we're up here, and the blessing in disguise, to be fair, is we have this nice place now. You know, and this was what I basically was kind of trying to do on my own way downstairs anyway. And I'll put it up. If you want me to put this stuff away every single night, I will. I'm not trying to live down here. I have an apartment upstairs is perfectly fine. Why would I want to live in the basement? Domestic violence issue. Well, call the cops then. You know, I mean, you know, it's like couples are going to fight. You're going to have disagreements. It's part of life. You're not going to escape it. I don't care how much you love each other. You know, some of the lucky couples in the world, which I still can't believe this, but last every one of them, they can fight without really, like some of the violence I've seen from people, him included. This Chris, you know how you've seen his ugly. But like, you know, even back in the day, like back in the 70s and 80s when Mom and them would have parties, we never got any trouble from anyone because we weren't being a problem. We weren't like going out and breaking into places or starting fights or anything like that. We weren't doing anything wrong. We were just, when did it become illegal to have parties? Somebody tell me, because I don't know. And it's not a party. It's, I mean, it could be viewed as one, but not really. People aren't dancing, people aren't munching, people aren't drinking while we're drinking. No, I'm kidding. But, you know, it's like, okay, what are we doing wrong again, kids? Are you taking notes at home? You might want to send these to Matt, because I think he'll like them. The bad man upstairs, yeah. And that's a shame, because that day he was out there putting the bike rack on, he was really nice. He was really cool. He came out and helped him. Because I wouldn't have been able to do it, guys. I would not have been able to lay on that ground flat on my back. I would have went vertigo, and it would have messed me up. Oh my God, I probably would have thrown up and everything. It's like, oh yeah, you want to work under the car when you got sick? You know, you got puke right there? I mean, then it's going to make him sick. You know? I'm like, I'm sorry, babe, I can't do it. I said, I don't know how I'm going to help, but I stood out there anyway. You know, Jen was out there. I dragged one of the chairs over so I could sit down. You know, because it's like he didn't really need me, and I was just waiting for him to tell me what to do next so I could help. But yeah, Matt, you know, came down and he just started helping us, and I thought that was okay. Maybe this guy's not so bad. I don't think that anymore. You know, and I am trying to see it, and I do see it from his perspective, okay? I don't know how he heard J and W downstairs, but, I mean, I guess that's irrelevant. Point being, he heard them. They did something, or it really is that thin, like when we were down, because we weren't even in the middle room, we were in the far one over here. You know, and the middle room was where I kept hearing his TV all the time. You know, and I think that's one of the things I yelled up. I'm like, you know, Matt, did I ever complain about how loud you play your TV? And I get tired of hearing it when I'm trying to sit down here and read quietly? No, I didn't. Because I'm not the jerk. You are. You know, I did not invade your privacy. It wasn't a privacy thing either. It was open, but, you know, he made it like we were having some private shindig downstairs. Yeah, because I remember you telling me that. And it's like, why hasn't anybody complained about that? Oh, that's right, you're entitled, John, because you're the building manager, right? I bet you that would be his argument. I can do whatever I please. Okay, how about you take a loaded gun into the bedroom and blow your brains out? That would be nice. Geminis. Oh my goddess. No. I will never, I mean, I can't even be friends with Geminis anymore, because as soon as I find out they're a Gemini, I'm out of there. I mean, I could read into John so good, you guys, I mean, you have no idea.
You know, what is he like? What is he really like?
Brooke, you want to help with this? Math them, or is this a solo? Remember, I gotta be delicate. I'm trying to train myself to be YouTube appropriate. Is middle age still considered 50s?
Yeah.
Okay, he's a middle-aged man. Oh, I'm sorry, honey, I can move this closer if that'll help. There you go, is that better?
No,
I'm sorry.
I just didn't want to accidentally knock the pot over.
Oh, no, she won't. We'll be careful, because like, you know, I try not, when Norma's got a report table like this, I try not to mess with it, because I don't know, I might mess up her system or something. Like, I had my things here, what did you do with them? I'm like, I'm sorry. So I don't want to do that to her. She goes through enough at work. Oh, you know what I almost did? When I went to pick up Norma last night. Oh man, it would have been hilarious, especially if we would have got it taped. Oh my God. Even the audio of it, everybody laughing in the car. But you know how I thanked Carolyn for doing that. And get in the car and watch Carolyn's face go. Does she know about cherry pie? Yeah, we know about your cherry pie, sweetie. And we don't want it. And you can just go on down the road about your chocolate, because that is inappropriate talk for a workplace. But just to see her blush, just to be and oh my God, Norma would have lost it. She would have been the first one to crack up in the car, I guarantee it. She would laugh so hard she would have almost peed herself, I guarantee it. Because it was in my head, and I so wanted to say it, I wanted it. And then I'm like, no, because if I do that, then it can get Norma in trouble, and then, you know, Carolyn's being so nice to her because of the spell, I has to ask that. All I asked was, please make Miss Carolyn stop being such a bitch towards her workers and treating them badly, taking them for granted, unappreciating them, make her be nice. Make her be disgustingly, sickeningly, completely against her real character, nice. But you know how you can tell when a black person blushes? Elvis, will you please, honey, you're killing me. Please stop. You don't have any idea what you do to me when you do that. You're with Melinda. I'm not Claire. Will you stop it? I love you, but stop it. Oh, he's your turn, brother. You get it. I don't even know your name. Elvis Jr.? I don't know. But yes, I'll get back to John in a minute. But I guarantee you I would have been able to see her blush, because it would have been still red, but it would have been like a dark, probably more like a, because she's black, so it would have been a darker red, most likely. But I would have seen it, and then I would have gotten in the car and I would have just started laughing myself
And I'm gonna tell Norma that when she comes home tonight, and just to make her laugh. Because that's my therapy. You know, that's how I help her, you know, be able to have some laughs and, you know, have a higher spirit and happier attitude, because she goes through crap there, guys. You don't know. You have no idea what she goes through. And Kenny's there with her all the time. And spirit, and he's like, yeah, you're right, Janet, it really is that bad, because he shows me all the time. He's like, look what they're doing on my wife, Janet. I wish she would quit this job. I really do, because it's so taking its toll on her. But she really can't, guys, because she needs the extra income. She's 61 years old. She should be able to retire right now. Or is it 65 still that you retire at, most people? Is it 65 or 60?
Well, I guess it's like a personal choice, I guess, you know, when.
Oh,
when you
okay.
retire, you know.
Okay. But yeah, it really is, I hate that she has to do it, you know. I can understand where she would have a certain degree of, not desperation, but she really would like for her and I to get a place together. But what I have trouble explaining to her and getting her to understand is, it's like, honey, I appreciate it, really. But the point is I want my own place. That means I'm the only one living there. I want to be able to have the type of income that can sustain me in such a situation. I see myself in one of the garden apartments over there that is perfect for me. It has everything I need. I'm taking Carmela and Kalika with me, because once I get my clergy stuff and get all that activated, and basically official, which it is, but when it gets here, that's official to me. Then I can start doing me some business cards, or I can start maybe doing something on YouTube or something, just to let people know. You know, I am not, you know, I will marry any two people that are truly in love. It doesn't matter what your sexuality is. It doesn't matter what your religious beliefs. If you want a Jewish wedding, I will do my best to give you a Jewish wedding. But you have to be okay in your head and in your heart with having a witch perform the ceremony. Because but you know, I mean, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. I would have loved to have seen it. Or did I see it? Yes, I did. Anyway, that's this type of humor, right? So apparently, I have a Southern girl. Don't know where she's from, but it's kind of nice. I don't think I've done Southern before, but I do it so well. Oh God, about 12 men just fainted in the room. Yay! I'm the queen bee, baby. I'm being silly. I blame Mel. He has turned to Southern. Because I can tell him it's him, because he does have a Southern drawl. You know that. He does have a Southern drawl, don't he, Mom? But he's so sexy. He's so hearty. Even though he's dead, he's still alive, Fred, because he's on the astral plane. There you go again.
Party.
Uh-oh, we're having a party. Gotta call Joe. Sorry, assholes aren't invited. And you're an asshole, so fudge you.
That would be funny as hell if he came down here angry. That'd be funny.
Yeah, it would be funny, but not funny, because I'm not trying to endanger any of us either, you know. I don't want him calling the cops on me for harassment. I'm like, how am I harassing him? Well, you do it every 5 minutes. Oh, you're timing me. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Every time I do it, I'll write down the date and time myself, and then I'll give it to the police and go, now you tell me, sir, how would you handle the situation? I'm from South. I don't know. You know, and they'll tell you, you know, what would be appropriate actions that would, you know, cause the least amount of damage. No fighting, no arguing, no one having to be a jerk towards anyone else because someone else is being a jerk. You know, I'm not that way. You guys know me. I've been here 13 years. I'm not like that. I try to help everybody have fun. I try to make people laugh, just like so many comedians before me have done. Just I don't do it on stage yet. I don't do it in front of thousands of people. But if I did a really good, funny one, and somebody sees it on YouTube, I'm hit, man. I'm hit. And they'll be coming and watching all of them then. They'll be like, this woman is so funny. Oh my God, you gotta watch her. She's like Robin Williams with boobs. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. But, yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire. Thank you, Robin. Oh, no, guys, what are you doing? What? They're being ornery. Mike Santarelli's standing on this side of me, and Robin Williams is standing on this side. Am I sitting on a throne or something? Don't look like it. Let me know if it changes. Might. I don't know. I'm kind of magical, so I don't know what I can do. Maybe I can tune into a unicorn. Well, actually, no. Right? Yeah, it's going on till 9. Are you a newcomer? Did you just get here? Would one of you guys show the person around? Because I don't know who this is. I don't know who's coming through, guys. But there's a lot of them. A lot of them. Yeah, let's keep the negative ones out, guys, because we don't want that. We had that with J and W. Or maybe I should just say JW. Because I just don't want to even do them the courtesy of speaking the first name, because I've been there so many times for them. I've been the friend when nobody else was. I've been the understanding person. I've been the fun person to hang out with. I'd go down. You went with me, was it once or twice? I even forget. That we went down to Jay's, and it wasn't nice. It was really nice, Mom. They had a big fire and stuff. I mean, they weren't like doing anything dangerous. They were just burning like old wood and stuff that needed to get burnt anyway. That was just sitting around causing rodents to come and nest, and that can be little kids playing out there could get bit by something and get rabies or something. There's like possums, I think, skunks. We've seen skunks out back. I'm surprised we haven't seen them yet or smelled them. I hope they're okay. Hope that jackass down the alley didn't kill a bunch of them and like kill all of them, because that's what Mr. Baker, he literally went down and found out. So remember how I was always saying that we were hearing gunshots outside our window at the weirdest damn times? It was that motherfucker shooting them in the garage. He would purposely prop his door open so they would come in, probably even put food in there for them, waited for them, and then kill them when they walked in. That is poaching, guys. He has no right. He has no authority. He's not a rodent population, person that cuts down on the population. He's not from regulation. He's not from like the roadkill company or nothing. He has no right, because he's doing it on purpose. He's leaving the thing propped open so they will go in. Now, how is that fair to those animals? They have done nothing to him. He just don't like them. Maybe he pissed one off and it sprayed him. That would be enough for one of these drug heads to go, pow, pow, you're dead. And you know what? And imagine, you know how bad the skunk smells already? When one gets killed, oh my. Oh my. You always can tell, because you'd be like, love this kitty! I mean, because it's just that strong. Like when one gets run over and stuff, before you even see it, you'll smell it. Because that stink sack is busted open, and then it's gone everywhere. Boom. That's an idea. Maybe we should send one to Donald Trump and make sure it explodes all over his face when he opens it. Wow! Apparently Jim Neighbors don't like Demon Trump. It's like the man's a Satanist. Yes, he is. He is. He's a bad guy. He's not right, guys. He's not right. He's not right. He's not right. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Oh no, I'm singing. You better call Joe. Cracking up through like, oh, she is killing it. You tell Elvis. Oh my gosh. Wait until Colin's in the room. Oh man. That guy, he'll be like, you gotta come with us. We're like, okay, where are we going? Because, I gotta go while I got the money, because this is probably a one-time deal, guys. I'm not making out really, so let's have fun. Actually, definitely them. If nobody else can be there, I want those two. And if Bailey can be there with us, all the better, because Bailey's Toby's girlfriend. She's a sweetheart. Peyton and Colin broke up. I was like, no. But what happens? It just shows that if you're going to do something like YouTube and you become, for like an all-time YouTuber, a professional YouTuber, or whatever, I don't even how to edit yet, guys. So none of my vlogs are cut, and that's all they are right now, really, is vlogs. But, knowing what I know, yeah, sometimes it can be exhausting. Sometimes it can get you turned around and you lose track of what the heck was I saying? You because you're going so many directions, you know, you're on so many planes. It's like, I feel like an octopus. I feel like my main two legs are here, but I've got an arm out here, got an arm out here, got one up there, and it just goes and goes, and it's down around the bottom too. It's almost like a peacock feathers. There they go southern again. Just because they're spirits doesn't mean they don't want to still have fun. Don't mean they don't want to still socialize. They're like, she is so cool. Well, thanks. I try, you know, because I mean, it's so needed in the world. It's like, how can you be a light in a world full of darkness if you don't shine, right? That was beautiful. What?
And you know what was done in Japan?
What?
Was they have a peacock.
They don't have Oscar Mayer winners. They got Vienna sausages. That's the ultimate insult to a man, is it not? You start talking about the junk, they don't like it. They don't like it. Yeah.
Just they have peacock.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that was when they have peacock.
Oh yeah. But see, Colin and Peyton breaking up. It's gonna happen because YouTubing is really, people don't realize just how much goes into it until they do it. And then they're like, oh, I'm so exhausted. You know, it's like hello, lady. Yes, Jerry Lewis is here too, and Dean Martin, and James Dean, and I've lost count. There's too many. They keep coming. But you know, it's bound to happen because it can take over your life. It can take over your life to the point that you have no time for anybody anymore. So you have your fame, you have your fortune, you have your 1,000+ followers. You're getting donations now during your live streams. You know, I would love that, but I would do things differently. Like I would give people a handmade item that I made myself. Well, I mean, there's so many avenues like I would love to explore. But you gotta learn. I can't even learn how to do the edit studio when I do YouTube. So I can go in and learn how to edit because there's gonna be parts that you have to cut out because you might say something you're not supposed to say. And then I think they call it demonetized. Like they'll demonetize it. They will literally yank the video off YouTube if they think it's inappropriate in too many ways or whatever. There's so much to read, guys. I tried. I got through like I don't know like how many paragraphs, not very many. And it just kept going and going and going and going and going, and that's where they get you. That's where they mess you over because they that's where they charge these high prices like they do and stuff. And then when you have YouTube Premium, you know it's supposed to be this big great deal. Well, I had it and I wasn't impressed. Okay, but then I wasn't live streaming, you know, every night for a solid week either. I'm not traveling all over the world like some of these guys are lucky enough to do. But yeah, a lot of it isn't luck. It's just they're so passionate about it, and it's so fun to do. And what better way to travel the world and learn things along the way? Learn things about history. Learn things that people didn't even know. Like, you know, and then, so I saw this video one time where it clearly said, we broke up, and it was Colin, and I was like, oh, my next obsession. Oh shit. Because he's only like 23. I think he's like the same age as Alicia. It's my daughter. Space, don't, you know, we've already, you know, we know you're sorry. Just, you know, please stop because we're fine. You know, me and Peyton are fine. We're friends. We still talk. She's doing well in her life. She's doing something that she's passionate about. That's the way it should be. People fall out of love. People grow apart. When you do something like YouTube, it's like a trucker. You're on the road more than you're home. You're making good money. You're having a lot of fun. You're having some adventures. But who's going to be there when you come home? And so I hope for both of them. I hope that they keep, you know, Colony's like that nothing's changed with the channel other than Peyton's not here anymore. She won't be in the videos anymore. You know, she's just decided she's not a YouTuber. She's not a paranormal investigator, not a ghost hunter. And that's totally fine. So I forget how many minutes this thing was, but now they've got this thing going on, and I really need to pay attention to my notifications. So the next time they have a live stream where it says live now, then you click on that and open it up. And if you give a donation, like you can do from 99 cents all the way up to $1,000, and you will get registered for some free merch. And it'll be something that says the Paranormal Files. It'll be significant. It'll be special. It'll be stuff that nobody else has. It'll be a unique, one-of-a-kind thing. You never know. I ordered a shirt. It's going to be a 2X. It's going to be red and white. It'll say "Stay Spooky" across the front, and it'll have little white ghosties coming out of it. I don't know how it's going to come. Most likely, because it's a shirt, it's going to come in a package. Kind of like my Creepy Hollows Spirits did yesterday. But it'll be a decent-sized package. It'll probably be somewhere in the neighborhood about yay big or whatever. Because, I mean, depending on how they fold the T-shirt and how much packing they put in there with it, to make sure it don't jostle too much and it can make it more private what's in there. But you hear something jostling around, people, you never know when somebody might have had it happen, guys. I was so mad. But anyway, no jostling, make it nice and secure, because this is a T-shirt, so you can throw it against the wall, it ain't gonna hurt it. But they pack it certain ways, and it's through this company called Teespring. And they have some really cool designs and stuff. You can get pants, you can get socks, you can get mouth. Makes sense? Because when you have it there, and you're working with it, and you're dressing it, and you're having fun with it, and you're being comedic with it, suddenly it's not so scary anymore. Because I tell you, a demon is not going to possess a doll and tell jokes. Okay? They have one goal and one goal only. They want to terrorize you. I kill you! Like the one puppet from, Jeff Dunham, the Arab. He's the skeleton. Oh my God, he's hilarious. I kill you! Adorable. But now he's got Bubba, and he's got so many others. I think he had one, it was a black one called Pit Daddy, and he had to put him away for a while because there was some controversy about it, or somebody was throwing a fit about it, or something, they were griping about it, so he had to stop using him. Because they said he was being racist. And he wasn't. I don't think he's racist. I really don't. I mean, I don't know the guy, I could be wrong. But my brother, Punk, I'm so jealous, he got to see Jeff Dunham live. He got to see him perform live. At, there was like this, was it Oshkosh thing? It was like this big, whoop-de-doo kind of air show / I don't know if they had if that was the one that he went to that had Mustangs, the ones that fly, not the car. Because Mustangs are just his thing, as far as flying things. He loves Mustangs. But, so it's unfortunate. But anyway, so they aced it. I mean, Colin and his family, they aced it, man. They aced it. They did a good job. I was like, you little brats. But Dana, you did a good job. Way to go. Because that's what, that was the whole idea was. Hello? I will say, I thought I heard somebody. I wasn't sure. Oh, fun. Hello. Yes. You're looking for the kitties. Kitties! One's in there. Jack! You didn't come and say hi to Chris? I don't know where Mittens hiding. Oh, no.
But I know sometimes she'll be that way when we bother her and she doesn't want to be bothered. She'll sit there and let you pet her, but she won't for a bit.
I hope she's okay. I'll try to light a candle or something later and do a healing spell for her. I hope she's okay. Because, man, we already, had to get rid of her once because, we did, at least she had a warm home for the winter, She probably would have been okay outside. It's just that sometimes, how harsh the temperatures can be out there, and they succumb to it just as badly as a human and probably even quicker because they're small. It doesn't take a lot for a cat to freeze to death out there, just trying to find someplace warm to sleep and safe where it's not being poisoned or hit or beat up, things thrown at it. Are you okay, baby? Are you okay? What's the matter? Yeah, and we can't really afford to take her to a vet because when we Because when we got Carmela and Felica fixed, it cost us, I think it was, 120 or something. It was a lot. It was a lot. I think it was like 60 for each one. So it was 60, 120 roughly with taxes and all that. And then they had to deworm Carmela because when they fixed her, they saw that she had worms. So they treated her, but then they had to charge extra because they had to give us because when they brought them out of surgery, they have to put them in separate boxes. Because when they start coming out of the anesthetic and everything, coming to, you don't want them to like attack each other and whatever. You don't want them to like accidentally like rip their stitches open or something. So we had to pay extra too to get a cardboard carry cat thing that, Chris has been meaning to ask Norma if she wanted because she's got 2 cats and I don't know, I don't know. I think she has a cat carrier around here somewhere, but I don't remember where. And, it's nice to have an extra one in case she's one of them. She has to take to the vet or something, but that's expensive. This one that we found was amongst the cheapest guys. And this little building is tiny. I mean, the lobby area that you sit in, you fit, or, could be poisoning her. I don't want her to die. But, oh my God, we'd be devastated. We're never going to have a cat that beautiful again. She doesn't deserve to die. But I worry when she's out there running and stuff because of this lady over here that needs cats. And she, I would not put it past her to find a way to poison her. God, just please let her be okay. And if guys could get asked on it, ask her if she could help too, because yeah, we can't afford to take her to a vet. We would. But anyway, so with the deworming and everything, it did cost extra, but we just went ahead and paid it because our cats needed it, and we were so hoping it would calm them down, and it did not. And now they're picking on Moochie, and it's like, why? They primarily stay bedroom, bathroom, dining room, sometimes in the living room, but I don't know. It's just, I get it. They're territorial. They see Moochie as an invader. They see Bella as an invader. They have been the only 2 cats we've had for 12 years. So when you throw a situation together like that, you can't exactly ask their permission. You can, but are they going to answer? I would feel it, but I don't know if Chris would because it's telepathy. They use telepathy. But I pick up on their emotions a lot of times. So, but that's where I came up with the idea, if I can get some marriages and stuff, get myself out there and get noticed, get some marriages and get some money flowing so that I can stash it away and I won't even tell Chris about it. I'll be like, what are you talking about? I'm barely charging anything for this because I'm new. I don't want to charge thousands of dollars for a wedding I might not be able to pull off, because I want to become a wedding planner too. And that stuff I'm going to have to strictly do on my own. I'm not going to take a course because I've already got 3 to the negative with Stratford. I was going to call them today and make sure that they're still taking out the 20 a month. Because I got to make sure I don't overspend because I want everything that it needs to go out, but I don't want to be broke because of it either. Don't know when the stimulus checks are coming again, but the way I understand it, unless they change it, we'll get one more $1,200 check, and hopefully, please, for everybody that really, really needs it, especially all of us in this building, not John or Matt, too mad at him. But anyway, $2,000 a month for a year, and I really, 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 really hope that is what gets passed because we deserve it. We've earned it. Too many motherfuckers that's gotten in office have destroyed this country, turned it upside down, inside out, and every which way. And they've killed people. How many more people got to die before this crap stops? Before this corona crap is gone? I mean, come on. Freaking people are like quarantined. You've got to have stuff to do. You can only do so much in your own apartment, and then you're going to be going woo. So it's nice to have another place to go and socialize so you can get out of your, oh, I'm so bored. I've been doing this every day for the past 6 months. I need some sociality, please. I'm going to start putting a sign up so that for the varying times and the differing times of the day and stuff when I made my social circle down here. If you want to know if social circle is going on or what the next one's handle, you know, that doesn't burn me out, you know, too bad or anything. And I was thinking about doing some stuff with Stephanie because she has a lot of political pull and she's a rights activist. Like she talks about AIDS people and HIV and stuff, but in a good way. Like, you know, stop treating them like some walking disease that if you touch them, oh my God, you get AIDS. That's not how it works. You have to exchange certain bodily fluids with that individual to get it. That's the way it goes. You can have HIV and never get AIDS. She also is an activist for some other groups, you know. And yes, did I refill that again, guys, or do I need to check it again? I've been burning oil in here today. She's got this beautiful color change thing in here that you can't see because it's in here, but it's so pretty when it's activated. And it shuts itself off when it runs out of water. So then you know to put more water in. Ah! That scared me. Open one cabinet door and the other flew out. Thought I was being attacked. Okay, what scent are we going to use now? Is that another peppermint? Yeah, we'll use peppermint because I don't feel like it. Okay, that was empty. I kind of like this green leaf stuff. I wish you guys could see this thing. It's so pretty. It changes color. Oh, I would love to have one, but I've spent so much already. I need to slow down because I'm going to need that money, you know. But darn it, I made $200 over $200 in my first stimulus check last all this darn good, you know.
I thought it was in Dr. Lake.
See, good. That's how you do it, folks. You just got to try and try again until you master it, you know. You can't give up. You got to believe in yourself. You got to have faith in yourself. You got to, like one of my new charms that I got helps me with self-confidence and helps me with encouragement. And that's what I need because I don't get it from Chris. I get the opposite because all I get is his bitching when I'm doing something he don't approve of. Like I'm not allowed to do my own thing. And no, I'm not saying he does it all the time. But yeah, there's certain instances when he does it that I think is unfair and inappropriate because I don't do that shit to him. I don't do that to him, you know? It's pretty bad that every single time I'm done for the day and like circle downstairs is closed or this circle's closed and I'm going up for the night, in my mind immediately, as soon as I get up to that last step and I'm about to walk past our first door that we never use. Don't be watching porn, don't be watching porn, don't be watching porn. And 3 strikes you're out. Okay? I know that a lot of people view it as a natural thing, as a normal thing. And men don't consider themselves cheating when they're looking at Playboy magazine and a bunch of women that they don't even know. They're probably never going to meet. But they'll do their thing to it, right? Well, in my opinion, if you truly love somebody and that urge comes on and your makeup feel like it at the time, instead of being hurtful and doing something like that, have a sexy photo shoot. Let them look at those pictures and do it. Because then, to me, it's not so bad. But on Mother's Day, guys, Mother's Day, how would either one of you feel if somebody did this to you that you tried to trust and the one time you did, you regretted it. He had a freaking Harley Davidson motorcycle. He's recently deceased. Ray hasn't been on that long, a couple years, I think. Died of cancer, destroyed his organs. But Mother's Day, one year, he came over to my mom's and was visiting over there, right? He was on his Harley. It was purple, and I think it had like purple flame on it. It was so beautiful, guys. It was so beautiful. And well, it was either Carl or Ray called me, either one, I can't remember. And they said, hey, why don't you come on over, Ray's here. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure, because I was going to go over to see my mom anyway, so Mother's Day. So I came over in my leather jacket, and when Carl told me that Ray was over there on his motorcycle, I made sure I wore my leather jacket because I had a feeling we were going to go for a ride. But when I was thinking go for a ride, I was thinking go around the block or something, not to the places that we went and how long we were gone. Okay? And get this. Remember how I'm always telling you the ring flies and then it's yanked away? He took me to this beautiful location out in the middle of nowhere. And it had this deep pool that was very, very, very far down. And on the other side of it, they had these trees that had it was a crane nests. And they circled the tree. Now, if you look at that picture that I painted upstairs, that's the kind of trees it has, okay? But if you also notice, if you really look at it under the right light, it was dark out because I did it too dark. It was my first one. So I did it watching a Bob Ross video rather. Mm-hmm. My mom gave me her master kit, guys. And I still have the paints and stuff, but they're so old, I don't even know if they're even usable. You know, and all those ones you gave me, I had to take those downstairs because there's too many. I don't know where to start, you know. So, and I have nowhere to do it. When I did that painting, I only did it one time in the front room. And back then I could do it because I could set up an easel because I had one. Jim got me the one I have down there. Anyway, so he takes me to this beautiful location. I got to ride on a fucking gorgeous Harley. It was Mother's Day. I thought, oh wow, this is great. You know, I was loving it. And then Ray starts walking down this path because there was like this little field area and there was like some trees, you know, like some woods. So apparently it was a makeout spot, and I'm guessing that he's either been there with someone before or he thought it would be a perfect, good secret location to do this. So I was having a great day until that point.
Oh, yeah, I remember this all right. Oh, yeah, I remember it all right.
How would you feel if somebody did that to you on Mother's Day?
Oh, yeah.
Would you ever want to speak to that person again?
I don't think so.
Would you ever want to go around them again? No. Would you not be terribly hurt and slapped and punched and kicked in every way when Chris laughed and said, you could have made $30?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so it's okay for me to give a guy a BJ and make money, right? But, no. No.
Yeah.
If that's the kind of girl you want, go back to that looks like that one of the nests that day. Because that was only good. It was good up to that point, and then he pulled that crap and undid his pants and started walking off, and I was just standing there like, I don't believe this. You know, that's the kind of weird people that my brother used to hang out with and grow up with and go to parties, have parties in Carl's bedroom. That was another social setting, a bedroom. When I was living in Marysville in the trailer, we socialized in the bedroom more than we did in the front room. Everybody would pile on my bed, and we would just sit there and kick it. Talk, joke, laugh, do silly crap, whatever, you know, have a good time. Everybody was having fun. At least that was back before my fucking utilities got shut off and all that crap happened. You know, so yeah, I mean, and I don't know that I've even ever forgiven Chris for that, because that's a hard one to forget, guys. I mean, that's a hard one to forget. And I've tried explaining this to him before, and so much to a fault that I just gave up, and I'm not going to try it again. It's pointless.
because of my deep sensitivity, when you hurt me on a deep emotional level, it's really hard for me to let go, if I even can. Because it hurts that deeply. Because I am nothing but kind and loving, and I want to have fun, and I want people to laugh, and I want them to have a good day. That's all. I'm not asking to be paid. I'm not asking to be worshipped. I just want to make a difference. You know? How many other people do you think are sitting around and doing this very thing right now? Well, probably a lot. But who do you think thought of the idea? Does that person get any recognition for that? Does that person get any acknowledgement? Hey, this is great. Yeah, I got it from everybody that loved it down there, but I didn't get it from JM. Like, that's okay. Thank you, Matt. You're so nice. Now we have this beautiful place to socialize in. And it's cool, and it's safe. And, you know, I mean, I can sit here and kick it. This is probably right now the closest thing I'm going to have to a place of my own. Because I'm here during the day when she's working, and it gives, you know, so the cats can be out. It gives me my solitude. It gives me my study time. It gives me my office time when I need to do something in my LibreOffice thing. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. You know, you have to be crazy, you have to be silly just to get through this life and be okay. You know, survive it somehow, you know? Have I gone mad? Yes, I'm afraid you are. But you know what all the best people are? Yes, that is true. Simply stating and meaning, I am a non-society conformist. You don't ever try to make me conform to society, because then you will have a bull on your hands. And you will be bored to death. News at 11. You know, it's so I have an avenue to explore. I have some opportunities to come up with some ideas, some creativity, a place to be creative. Now, I don't see any stuff hanging on the walls, and so I doubt that I'm ever going to be able to put anything up except maybe the little sticky hook things. So you don't, because I don't want her to start pounding holes in the wall. You're going to get in trouble, you know. Because I mean, that to me seems like something Joe would complain about. Just because somebody wants to put a nail up to do a picture, you know? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were living in a convent where you're not allowed to have anything on the walls. You're lucky if you can have a picture. And, yay! See, it's going slow. Isn't that awesome? It's only 20 to 9. It's going slow. Which is always nice. This is my chill, you know? And I can't wait for the day that we get to laugh so hard because of something one of my lovely Creepy Hollows family says. He missed me laughing so hard. And I just took a big drink of pop, and it out my nose it comes. I hope I get it taped. Because that will make, oh my God, Michael will die. My son will fall over laughing on the floor. You're killing me! Well, at least I'm killing you with laughter, son. I appreciate it. I'd rather die laughing than cowering, you know? If I'm gonna die, I'm not gonna die without a fight. And the spirit world ain't gonna like me. No, they'll be drawn to me like a gigantic freaking magnet. Okay. Isn't this much nicer? Plenty of places for everybody to sit, because it's just a few of us, you know? It's just a few of us. And I mean, if it's just us three, I don't care. You know, sometimes Paula will come over, like especially if she's having a bad day with Scott, you know, which I mean, but, you know, I have my solitude today. You know, and I figured, yeah, 6 o'clock, I'll go ahead and, you know, 6 to 9, that's 3 hours. You know, it's not too late. But the circle is closed when Norma gets here. Because like I said, I don't think she'll mind company still being here. But she's dealt with people all day. You know, I want her to just be able to come home, relax, and no offense to anybody. We love our groups. You know, just relax, chill, you know, sit down, watch some TV, you know, and talk about your day. How was your day? She's always asking me, how was your day, hon? Well, I did this and this, and how was your day? Same old, same old. She's like, yeah, you know, but I mean, I'm just glad. And I mean, I got to strengthen the spell keep it going, remind me to do that, guys, or if you can do that, please do, and I'll find a way to thank you later. That's appropriate for all concerned. For these ornery boys here, it's like, they're putting a crown on my head, they're handing me a second. Don't do that. Guys, come on. You don't do that. You don't have to do that, but it's sweet. Thank you, I appreciate it. Mike, don't get mad. You're not allowed to get mad at me anymore. You're dead. You died on me, motherfucker. If anyone has a right to be mad, it should be me. Why did you get killed that way? Because I don't remember what the story was. You know, I don't. Once I knew it was him, I was like, oh, ow. Because he just, I mean, he wasn't perfect, but we're not perfect either. You know, I mean, he really was a great guy. And now the light in the world is less because he's not here. What are you silly cats doing? You knocking stuff over. I gotta go see what's up. So there should not be a bunch of stuff like that going on. What are you guys knocking over? What are you doing? You did that? Guys, please don't be like knocking stuff over, breaking it. Want some more of your 7-out long? You okay? I need to look at you. I've already done my two cans of pop for the day. I don't want to do any more pop if I can help it. So I'm going to do one of her Snapples. I think I've earned it. Yeah, you know. I think this is a fitting way to pay me. Not to mention she's letting us do social circle here, so that's really nice. Now see, aren't you glad that you learned to appreciate my wisdom? You know, it resulted in something good. I have a feeling I'm going to end up liking these, so I'll end up getting me some. But you know what's nice? Is you got an instant trash can. You got an instant, you know, ashtray if you need it. You're opening a pack of gum or something, you can just stuff it down and it just becomes a trash bottle. Oh my gosh. Guys, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I feel like I have to do it because there's some bad energy gotten out to get the super glue so I can fix the cross that my mom gave me that got broke. But, so I was trying to be very careful, you know, squeezing myself in there, trying to move stuff, you know, a little as possible. So finally I dragged my table over, put it up against, like I said, the octagon table, and I turned the octagon table upright so that they can read the sign that I wrote on top of it, so they know that it's mine. And it's like, look at my space. What do you expect me to do with this table? You're not going to tell me to throw it away. I'm done throwing my stuff away. Okay, I can't even bring anything else down in here because I have no room now because you had to be a jerk and take that away from us. And now I can't even use my desk that I just paid $40-some for or whatever for that, you know, and everything, so I can do my online stuff when I need to, so I can do my YouTube when I need to, so I can do my, you know, my LibreOffice when I'm writing and stuff. I gotta learn to be a proofreader, I gotta learn to be an editor, I gotta learn writing skills, I gotta learn, you know, sentence structure and all kinds of stuff, man. How words flow better. Oh yeah, that's really good. And it's Snapple, so very healthy. Indulge in lightly because it is a natural laxative. You don't want a pooping day. And I'm all for not getting constipated, for eating the wrong types of foods and stuff, but pooping days get real uncomfortable really quick.
Okay.
Because you feel like you're pooping liquid fire. Because you're pooping so much, you know, that it's irritating the tissue. And it becomes horrible. That's why if you eat something that's kind of spicy, drink milk with it. Because that might be the one thing that'll save you from feeling like you're literally pooping liquid fire later.
it don't feel good, and imagine the damage it does to the tissue. You don't want to start bleeding out your butt, I mean, that'd be horrible. That'd be scary, that'd be downright scary. Because they got a, like, buy one, get one free. And I hope she did think to get the free, because if she didn't get the other one, because she only took one down off that shelf. Remember, because you were there, I was gonna say, hey, here, just hold my place, and then I'll go over and get it, because I'm a little bit taller. I could have reached it. So I was scared to death that thing was gonna come down on her head. And that would have been that would have been bottles, that would have been glass. It could have cut her head open. I don't know. I wasn't, but she wanted to do it, and I don't think, did she grab two of them? Do you remember, Jen? Did she grab two of them? If she didn't, then I might have to go ahead and do the buy one, get one free twice, just so she'll have extra, and then she'll get the free one that she forgot because she didn't reason it. She didn't think about it. Because, not to kick a dead horse or nothing, but just in the spirit of helping us all to truly understand her condition. And if you guys are like, yeah, we get it, we do. I mean, she was a preemie when she was born, guys. She was no bigger than that. She was 2 pounds. She had a stroke when she had her son, Michael. It was like shortly after or something, or maybe she was pregnant 4 and 1 1/2, and I don't know. It was pretty scary though. She almost lost it because of it. Because that stuff can do damage to your brain. You have to learn to walk again. You have to learn to feed yourself again. You have to learn to sit up. It's like being a baby all over again, but you're an adult body. And it's not fun. It is not funny. It is a horrible, miserable existence I wouldn't wish on anybody. So because what has been done to her, and she's got cataracts in both of her eyes, I don't know how the woman even sees. I don't know how she isn't considered legally blind yet. She's 61 years old. Do you know that? Norma is 61, guys. That poor woman has been through H-double toothpicks a couple times. Yeah, we all have. That's what draws us together. That's not what Jesus would do. He brought people together in the right way. Just to say, why are we fighting? Why are we enemies here? Why can't we just get along? What is so precious that I have that you don't have, that you feel you're entitled? What are you not doing with your life to be blessed with these things? What don't you appreciate? I mean, people don't think about that stuff. They really don't. They're like, what are you talking about? You're speaking foreign language to me. In which case I'm like, okay, yeah, I figured that's the type you were. I'll shut up. No, never mind. Talk about something else. I found out what I needed to know. One of the projects that I would really love to do, for those of us that think would be pretty cool, is it just involves 2 books, because right now that's all I have of the series. Have you ever heard of The Secret? Oh, wow. Okay. I know it sounds magical, but if you think about it, it's natural. It's not as magical as some people may think it to be in a negative way. It's all about gratitude, guys. It's all about gratitude. Appreciate what you have and you'll be blessed with more. Stop appreciating what you have, you'll lose it all. Okay, that's just one of them. Positive thinking. That is the bottom line. Positive thinking. Now, when I first read through that book, I got to the last chapter. And when I saw, it was like a sentence, or I don't know if it was quite a paragraph, but I started bawling. And I didn't know why. And it hit home. And this goes all the way back to my childhood even, okay? The sacrifices I've made my entire life for the betterment of others at the expense of my own, in the sense that, I went through a lot of crap. I sacrificed a lot for people that those people don't even know. I sacrificed, and I don't even talk to them anymore, and they're long gone, and they probably got married and ran off into the sunset together. Good for them. But I never got recognition when I was younger, when I really needed it. From, I guess apparently there was a lot of people and stuff that I felt really strongly about. They were like really good friends and stuff. And they never gave me recognition and thanked me because they didn't know. They didn't know that I had made those sacrifices because it didn't feel right to me to blab about it because then it sounds like I was expecting something. I wasn't. Just be my friend. Just truly be my friend. And part of what that means is don't hurt me, don't lie to me, and don't steal from me. If you talk down on me and you insult me because I'm a certain religion or whatever, then please leave because I don't want that kind of friend. You know, that's not a friend. That's somebody that's gonna hurt you. And so anyway, get a little more positive. So what's the thing with the soapy water in the bowl? Can somebody explain to me what that, did I get all of that? Or is that a thing that I should do maybe? Maybe start doing for myself or something, kind of like purifying yourself before going into a sacred temple. Really? See, I knew something told me to keep that. Now I know why. I had my desk lamp downstairs. That's where the sage bundle is that thought disappeared. And I convinced it, you know, I haven't seen it, dude. I figured you put it in your bag, you know. I haven't seen it. But I took it when I saw the opportunity to, and I hid it in one of my little trays under my unicorn poster, you know. So now, I mean, that's another thing that was taken away. I don't think that was right either. Because the whole reason why I pulled that big table from the room that I did was because it gave me the biggest space that I had been asking for. It gave me the object I could put my poster on so I could finish it so it don't get ripped anymore. And I don't have to keep taping it up because big chunks are being ripped out of it. And I don't even have a poster frame yet because I don't know what the dimensions of the thing is. I'm going to have to stretch it completely out. I'm going to have to weigh it down on all four corners, make sure it's as smooth as possible, and then I'm going to have to measure it and hope I guess about the right gauge, and then take those dimensions, write them down like a 40 by 80 or whatever it is, and then take it to one of the first places I'll probably have to go to is going to be Janell Fabrics over there on Morse Road, because they have the material, they have what I'm going to need to figure out, okay, is this a poster frame that I'm going to be able to find somewhere, or I'll probably look it up online most likely. I'll probably end up looking it up on Amazon. And if I find one and it fits those dimensions, I'm getting it. Because that poster is more special to me than I will ever be able to explain. Because I didn't expect my daughter to give me such a big gift like that. But it bothered me even more when I just started working on it and it just stopped and it started getting ripped and it started getting crinkled badly and it started just, I was taping it more than I was able to do anything else, and I thought, okay, maybe I should do a rush job. Maybe I should do a combination of gel pens, colored pencils, acrylic paints, and Sharpies, because then I'll be able to go over some areas better at least. And the way I look at it, if it's like, okay, I need a little more Sharpie here, I need a little more color there, hopefully it'll be small areas, but wouldn't that be just, I don't know, phenomenal in the sense that you want to talk about creative. It's liable to make the thing not only look 3D, but 4D or higher. Like, how did you get the dimensions like that? What did you do? Because, well, it will stand out differently because of the different components that were used to color it. It's not just one thing that you use to color it. Or, another idea is you could take some tiny little jewels or gems or something, or seashells even, and just start gluing it in and doing different color patterns. Do you really think that there's going to be another single poster like that anywhere that somebody would think about to do? Because that would fill the spaces quicker, and then I would be able to get it framed sooner so it doesn't get ripped up anymore and tore up because my daughter got that for me. You know, it is 5 till 9. But you know, I mean, So now that the basement's been taken away from us and the table, guess what? I'm back to square one. I have nowhere to color my poster. Every time I try to hang it up on my wall, I've tried nailing it, nails would come out of the wall. Because it's a good quality paper, it does have a little bit of a thickness to it. Try taping it up, tape would come off the wall. Almost went so far as to super glue it to the damn wall. Probably wouldn't have done any good. Chris started getting agitated because this poster, you've seen it, you guys have seen it. This thing, is there even a wall in here that I can put it on? Is there a tall enough wall? I don't know, guys. I really don't know. But I will probably never have anything like this again. It may have been like a one-time thing that they got at Tropical Trends where my daughter works that they're never going to have again. I'm not going to just be okay with it being destroyed. No! It's a unicorn. My daughter thought of me when she got that. Nobody else. Me. And I would not be surprised if the first unicorn that inspired that poster to even come into existence before I even had him was Esses, my unicorn. That's what I will name that picture. Esses. Even though it might look female, to me, it will be Esses. No question in my mind. Because that is truly a unicorn that I own. That I spirit keep. Where you basically adopt them. You know, you make them part of your life. You make them part of your family. They don't have to be living to be part of your family. Ancestors aren't living, are they? So, yeah, I mean, because I know sometimes, like, you guys like around 9 o'clock or whenever you're ready to go, you know. But I just want her to be able to, you know, come home and be happy, quiet, and because she's had a heck of a day, guys. I mean, Kitty's already showed me the day she's had. No, I'm so sorry. So I'll leave it up to you if you guys want to try and stay, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if she's going to be in the mood for it tonight. I mean, like, or we could do like we've done before, like you guys could leave when she walks in or something. Because then that would give us a little bit more extra time, you know, and then be like, oh, we were just, you know, closing the social circle down. Hi, Laura, and, you know, go down, and then we'll try to do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll be in a more social frame of mind. I'll have to see what my astrology says. Because that one's like, yeah, you better listen to it because it's going to be right on the money for the next month, at least. You got to pay attention. Got to be focused. Got to observe. Got to acknowledge. Got to recognize. Boom, 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 boom. And then this happens. Get it? What next? Because then it becomes fun. Because then you know that, oh, wow, I'm being productive. I'm being active. I'm being creative. I'm being spontaneous. You know, these are all good things. These are all good things. This is the kind of energy we need in here. But anyway, the sage. Yes, I go off on a rant. It's just me. It's my charm. Leave me alone. The sage smudge thing, that's what's left. I'm going to have to bring a charcoal disc down because now so much of it has been burnt that if I try to light that thing on fire, I'll end up getting burnt. I've already seen it. I've already felt that I'll end up burning myself. So I'm going to have to use, I'll have to break it up into the container that I had the other loose stuff in, or put it in a, you know, try to find another container like this or something small. Put it in one of the little baggies, if nothing else, you know. Let's see. I need to fill this back up again, but you know, I mean, we were going through a lot of it, and then J and W were here, and it just went pink, and it's gone. You know, that's another thing. It's another way they use you. They'll come and they'll stay until it's dawn, and then they're gone. But you know, just take one of the charcoal discs, light it up. I know how to do that safely because I at least have enough sense. You just basically, you can take, it's got to be a decent size. The bigger the better in this case. Nice big pair of scissors. You just gently hold it just strong enough. You don't want to cut it because then you cut it in half and that ruins it. You can still use it, but then it just gets weird. So you hold it on there with the scissors, and then you light it. And then a lot of times it self-lights. So once it starts doing its little sparky thing,
then it'll light. You'll see it will start glowing red. And then when it does that, I will take some of the loose sage and sprinkle it on top of it, and I'm gonna sage this whole place. I'm gonna do up here first because I want it to act as a buffer and a bubble to form inside here before I go downstairs and do the same exact thing, because that place needs it. Because think about it, how negative the energy was when they were here. JW. And I've got better things to do with my time. I've got better things to do with my life. Strike 3, you're out. And this is the 3rd strike. This is the last time I will help them with anything. This is the last time I will make any contact with them whatsoever. The only thing I haven't done yet is unfriend Jay on Facebook. Because I'm just done. Done putting up with it from Chris. I'm done putting up with it from J and W. Not after what I've done for them. So now it's about me, at least some of the time, and I've earned that right. But anyway, so the secret, it is good. It's got all these really nice spiritual things in it you can do. And it just, it gives you a different perspective on things. That's all. And that's, mostly about like positivity and stuff. Just keeping a positive mind, because if you start focusing on the negative, guess what? You're going to get more negative. So what do you think is going to happen if you focus on the positive? You're going to get more positive. You have questions about how are you going to see Thomas? Because he can't come here. Can you go to his place? Do you know how to get to it? You know where it is?
Now I don't.
You don't know where he is? I thought you knew where he was.
Well, he lives on James Road.
He lives on James Road. Okay. You know when he's going to be out there working next? Is he's going to like some of the ones that can't work because of Corona? Yeah, because he had health issues.
Well, it's just the thing. Doesn't work that.
Oh, yeah, he can't. Yeah, because he's got the sign. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I hadn't seen him down there in a while. And I figured, well, at least some of it's probably Corona. And yeah, if it's raining, then yeah, you're not going to be able to sit out there and advertise like that. It's just that you're not. You don't need to get sick and develop pneumonia or something, But I've got some positive things to focus on right now, and that's what I need. What I love to bring my desk up here, absolutely. But what I like even less is the stuff that I would have to move out of the way so that I could fit it where I wanted it, which is basically about where it was more like it was this way, like this. I just pushed it over there to get it out of the way. It was this way, and then I was sitting like not too close, but up against that because I like to be facing north. So that's my direction of power. That's my direction, the direction of Earth. I'm Earth, that whole thing. So it made sense. And thusly, if I had my desk up here, that's exactly what I would do. This, I could collapse down and put it up against the wall and it's out of the way. The desk, I don't know what would have to be moved or rearranged in here so that I would have a acceptable space to do that. You okay there, Mama? Okay. Because her toilet's so low to the ground, I have to be careful when I sit down because I'm a lot more heavier weight. What? Like, one possibility, even though I wouldn't be facing north, is if I could move that table back in there where she had it. Or if there's actually enough room. Man, just listen to me. Talk about creativity today. Well, maybe. It'd be a tight fit. She'd have to move her shoes, and the desk would have to be moved to get into the mini fridge over here. Trying to think of plausible, possible locations for my desk. Because if I didn't buy it to not use it, but I don't want to start cluttering up her space with my stuff. I know she'll understand. I know she'll be totally okay with it. I will make sure that I don't leave anything in the drawers or anything like that. You know, I'll just, if I have to pack all my stuff and put it away, I will. But she's not going to bother anything. I know she's not. But, you know, if somebody comes over and visits and they're like, oh, Mom, cool desk, is this yours? And they get curious and they start, you know, handling stuff. As long as they don't take anything. And I mean, I don't think her kids would do that anyway. But I don't know them that well. I haven't really talked to them much. I'm real curious to talk to her daughter, Paige, who has finally decided she wants to be a witch. I'm like, now you don't know me really well, and if you feel more comfortable going on YouTube or something and watching a class that has to do with Wicca, go ahead. You've got to start somewhere. I can only advise Wicca is good because it's safest. Try that, see how you do. Because one of the things that Wicca did that I really liked and what really drew me to it in the first place was they do no harm. We live by the Wiccan Reed, which I don't think you've ever heard. By the Wiccan law, you must, in perfect love and perfect trust, ever mind the rule of three. What you send out comes back to the something in that neighborhood. It's real sweet. It's real beautiful, but it makes sense. It's like, be aware that if you do certain things and you don't know, you're not ready for it. You're not ready for that magic. If you cast a spell, it could go up in your face and it could cause a ricochet effect, and you could literally mess up everybody in this building. It would be like a bomb went off the middle of the hallway and it affected everybody. You're like, boom! What the hell happened? You know? But I'm gonna see. I'm gonna do the logical thing, the sensible thing. Go down tomorrow, because I know I got to take measures somewhere. Go down tomorrow, measure my desk, measure the height, measure the width. Come up here and do it to that section of wall and see if it's going to fit. Because I don't want so tight a fit between me and her table. I'm going to have to move her table more that way, just so I can fit my fat butt in there, you know? But I don't want it just sitting down there not getting used, because that was the whole purpose I got it. I didn't get it to look at it and for it to look pretty. I got a desk lamp for it. I got a mouse pad. I got a mouse. I got a theme of the green and black going on. One of the mouse pads I wanted was a really big one, but it was green and black. And I'm telling you guys, I'm getting the idea that it was like somewhere in the neighborhood of this. It's like, who wants one that big? That's crazy. I'm used to them being the regular size, like little squares like this. You know, that ain't so bad. These are nice because they have the wrist pillow. Because with my carpal tunnel, it's nice to be able to have that to rest my wrist on when I'm using the mouse for stuff. It's got a touch screen, like I said, so you can do it. I can do it in the little thing in the middle and whatever. But if my desk is going to be an okay fit, then I will go ahead and bring it up here. I will bring up, you know, the bare essentials or whatever, and then I would just simply, I'll put a sign above it, says, you know, private property, do not touch. You know, Janet Mabius apartment H. So that way, if she has any visitors over here, they know not to touch it. It's not their mom's, it's mine. Like if it's her kids or something, don't touch it. But like if I'm, you know, I don't want something walking off because you like it, you think it's neat, you want to keep it. Buy your own. So they didn't send me the mouse pad. I don't know if they gave me the money back or not. If they did, I didn't notice. But so I had to go with the pink one because I was going to get a green one that would have matched the mouse and the green case that I bought, the soft case to carry my laptop in, which I still have to crochet a strap for, you know, and I'm gonna have to do it with yarn. So that means once I get it the width I want it and the strength, then I'm gonna have to sew that sucker probably at least that high is gonna be stitches back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to make sure it's good and secure on there because it's a soft material, so it'll go right through it and it should hold it really well in place. Goodness sakes. Okay, do you guys find some freaking crack on the floor needed or something? Just kidding, folks. Norma don't do that. She's smarter than that. I was the dummy head that did that crap. But I got away from it. Had me for 9 months. I got away from it in 2004. I'm good. I've never smoked any since. I never will again. Just if you want to go ahead and head down, I mean, she'll probably be here in about 15 or 20 minutes. I mean, it's up to you. Because I never smoke bothers you and stuff. But maybe at the same time, you don't want to be down there by yourself either. Yeah, Mommy will be home soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. I love that song. I need to find it on YouTube or something and play it, put it on a playlist. Don't worry. Be happy now. Hey, Mitten. Mitten and a Jack Jack. Babies, baby. Love and hugs and kisses them. I like to. Squeeze. Squeeze type of a joyful noise like, hey! So not bad. You know, I got me a nice little kit coming for only like $50-some for my turkey kit. So once that's here, that'll give me something positive to focus on. I'm gonna have to get me a day planner, man. That's all there is to it. It's the only way I'm gonna do this. If I don't make myself up a schedule, I'll not do it. I'll forget it. I'll let too much other stuff distract me, and I stop saying that I'm gonna tackle the clothes mountain in the bedroom because I honestly don't know when I'm getting it done today. And just warn Chris, I'm doing it now. So don't stop me, because if you stop me, I might not ever do it. I need to get it done. That's going to involve, which he's not going to like, putting everything on the bed, sorting through, with the current body weight and size and everything in shape that I am now, be willing to let go of this stuff that don't fit me anymore. Start bagging it up. Throw some lavender dryer sheets in there in case there's any bed bugs, and hopefully it'll kill them off before they get anywhere near the thrift store. Because I know they sort through that stuff and whatever when they first get it in, because they have to decide, okay, is this stuff clean? Does it need washed? So they have to take protocol, especially with Corona going on. Yeah, if you send dirty stuff in there, that's just wrong. That's rude. Me and Chris have actually dropped off donations at the one over here down that way. It's the, yeah, that guy. Love it there. Gotten a lot of great deals. Might end up doing my Christmas shopping there this year because that's probably about all I'm going to be able to afford. But anxious to get my shirt, Stay Spooky. It's the first merch that I bought for Paranormal Files from the Teespring company. They have this real nice orange hoodie that's like a bright Halloween orange, and painting on it is skeletons. That I would wear during the fall. That I would wear for Halloween. So that's what it's geared for. Every year, we go over and hand out candy at Mom's. Every year, we take the cameras, and I have yet to get any camera pictures or video footage of some of the cute costumes that come through there that I want to remember and make my own, Halloween scrapbook, as it were. Okay, I've done this one. I have a system that I need to explain to her so she don't mess it up. Norma. No offense, Norma, honey, I loved you. I love these multi-packs because this one has love, musk, and honeysuckle in it. But I've been trying to be real careful about not liking too many at any one time. Like if I like one and burn it, I decided started heaving like she couldn't breathe. It scared her, so she stopped. She's, really cut back, and it's good that she has. This is mine that I brought from upstairs because it wasn't, we mostly use it in the bedroom if we use it. But most of the time we try to keep things in the living room because, it's so, you guys have been up at my place, it's so dry and hot up there, it's freaking ridiculous. And, I can't do like a humidifier or anything because that bothers Chris too. It can't be too humid or it can't breathe. But, so I'll burn one and then I'll wait a while before I burn another, because these are pretty strong. I mean, you can just, whoa, smoke. You know, I mean, it's strong. Don't-ish, they usually are. But, you know, it's a little bit of aromatherapy, and then I've been doing this steam in there, that's kind of a humidifier. I've been putting scented oil in that, and I just try to do a few drops at a time, so that's all you need. And burning very little incense. I haven't even sprayed any of the stink pretty stuff today because I don't want that possibly bothering. But it's been quite a while since I've lit one, so it should be okay. It should be safe enough. And now that we have airflow, it won't be so concentrated, so hopefully it won't bother it as much. But I try to be careful and not do it long because I don't want to throw poor little Jack into an asthma attack. I mean, we're already terrified that we're about to lose Bella because we don't know what's wrong with her. She's not acting herself. So that means I'm gonna have to do some kind of spell, and I'm gonna have to act quickly, because if I don't wanna lose her and then regret it later, because I could have done a spell and it might have saved her. So, again, I'm gonna have to do a schedule. I'm gonna have to write me up a schedule. That's why I always get so many things in notebook paper, because I know I'm always gonna need them. That is my day planner, you know? Because a lot of times if I get a day planner where you have to date it yourself, I'll go through the entire planner and put 1989 and whatever the year is at the time, and then not use it for 10 years. And then it's like it doesn't make sense anymore, and then I have to scratch it out and put something else in its place.
That we were talking about spell, and what was, it wasn't an actual spell, you know, but anyway, we think that. Anyway, one time, there was a while back, the room wasn't acting right or whatever. And anyway, so she got some, I think it was some, crust, you know, some kind of olive oil or something like that, or whatever, and put it on her head. And then she got the bride.
Hi, honey.
Wanted to call you, you didn't answer.
I was busy, honey. I'm sorry. I've been busy all day. We got both units going for you, baby.
Who did?
Chris did, and I helped. Yep. Close your door so your babies don't get out. And I got your box fan in the kitchen. It's on full blast.
Okay, I wanted some popcorn.
Some what?
Popcorn.
Oh yeah, I never did get you
But
those.
you
I'm
didn't-
sorry.
But you didn't.
You want me to? I mean, I'll try to you want me to go? If you want me to, I don't have my
No,
phone
you-
down here. I'll try to bring some down. Are you ready to go, Jen, or you want to stay?
I want to go.
Okay, honey. Yeah, they've been here 3 hours. It's okay.
I just want to finish telling you what we did.
Yeah.
And so anyway, and then after she put the olive oil,
I'll tell you in a minute.
and then she got the Bible out. And then she read, where it says Isaiah 53:6, that says, "By his stripes you were healed." Hi, honey. And then she read that over the text.
Oh, and it helped?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, guys. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. But see, that's prayer. You know, that's basically what it is. Well, here, I'll scrunch up your chair and bring it, Jen, so you don't have to, honey. Okay? Because I know it gets, bothersome when your hands are already full. That's adorable. I'll have to write that down. Remember that. So, yeah, let me take this down for Jen. So you can have it. Really?
Oh, she did that.
Now what would you want me to explain?
How the hell you did this?
Okay, Chris has a system that works very well. When this
one, I dragged out of the bedroom myself today because I didn't want to bother him with it. Because I didn't know if he was in any kind of a weird mood or something. I saw those laying down here against this. So I actually had this in the middle. I had one on that side, one on that side, and they fit okay. So I was trying to figure out, okay, do I use tape? How am I going to fasten it in there and stuff? So I did the best I could, so we could have one of them going. And then Chris just out of nowhere came and knocked on the door, and I opened it. I'm like, oh hi, and he's like, and he just started doing it. The cardboard, the cardboard and the trash bags. Okay, here's the principle. Whoops, the cardboard and the trash bags. If it gets wet, it won't disintegrate the cardboard. Cardboard and the plastic and the duct tape all together acts as the perfect insulator.
So he did it inside.
He did it inside, just inside. We did everything from in here. And then in here, be careful when you step over the corner. Here's the fan, and it's keeping it cool in this area. I know that needs cleaning, but I've been so. Yeah, but I heard one was scratching in here, and they were like, it was like they were mad because there wasn't enough litter or something, I don't know. Got that going. I've been, I love that it shuts itself off when it goes dry. Did you know that? This shuts itself off when it goes dry. I was like, yay, because I was so worried I was going to burn it out that one day. And those are too pretty, so I didn't want to do that. I do too. I'd love to have one. I really would. I'd love to have one. But anyway, yeah. So it's been it's been. Oh, I know. I mean, I was I just decided that having that's the scraps that were left. I don't know if we'll be able to use it for anything or not, but you can throw them away if you want. That's what he does with ours. That's what he does with ours every time. Yeah, well, Matt's public enemy number one as far as I'm concerned. Because my gripe is this, he should have came and asked questions instead of making assumptions.
And how you got the camera going?
It's YouTube, it's live streaming. I've been live streaming the whole 3 hours they were here, they didn't even know it. But it was focused on me, as you can see, so nobody that wanted to be in shot were in shot. No, they had no idea. But it was no harm done. It was like, there was some, if they don't demonetize this, I'll be surprised. There was a lot of cussing, a lot of threats, which I really didn't mean, just to clarify. It's just that I was dealing with a lot of tension.
That could have went both ways,
Yeah, but not in those blinds. If you have those, you do that way, it's going to interfere with it being able to cool. It can't have stuff in front of it, or it blocks it from doing its job and cooling.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what he did. That's where he put them when we were putting those in.
There you go.
So the reason why I put the 2 wood planks up there was to block out a section where the sun was coming through. Because I know your black stuff only goes so high.
This is special made.
Yeah, I know. That's the black stuff, right?
No, the blind.
Oh, yeah. Because those are the same way.
Yes. I can have it this way or this way.
Mm-hmm.
And it costs like 100. So that's why I have to do the same thing for my bill.
Yeah.
But I didn't have time to do it because they would have to come in to make it.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we got them both in for you. We got the fan going in the kitchen, so
So I'm gonna leave just like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the cardboard and the tape and the bag, it just insulates it perfect. So
only this
it's
one
nice.
like this.
It's really nice.
The sun will produce again.
Yeah.
What the hell? Oh, must be the monkey.
Yeah.
I like
The
it.
bear fell over.
Did he put, what did he put? No, he didn't. I figured you would put the, you know.
Batteries in it? Who? What kind do they take? Do they take
I don't
triple A's,
know.
double
I
A's?
don't know. Your sister.
Well, when you open the compartment, if I can see it, I can tell about what size. Let me see. I can see it in the light here.
I was gonna put it in.
Oh, okay, so it's one of those you have to unscrew it or whatever to get to it, because that protects it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it's some batteries that we have, I will definitely, try to get this little guy going for you. Surprise you come home
Well, the boy
someday.
said-
And then
Oh,
you
we
do
got
that
home
and he
late,
actually does something.
All the ones came home because the freeway is blocked.
Oh, is
I
it?
came home first.
Okay.
Chris is next right now.
Okay, good.
And I've been real careful with these today, like I would light
Oh,
one and let it burn and then stop for a while before I let another one.
I got something for you, you little.
Yeah, I haven't given him yogurt all day.
No, this is not Jack Jack. This is Mitten.
Oh, Mitten, what did she do?
You do not, guess what, you're not gonna scratch anymore, cause I just bought some stuff. I just ordered it, you cannot, you won't be able to, wanna touch the couch again.
Ah, keep her from scratching it. you mean?
Yes, got two of them.
Yes, I hope they work. I hope they work.
It's supposed to work. Karen said it works on hers,
Put up the bear.
huh? She said it works on
Put up
hers,
the bear.
you know?
Yeah.
She said it works on her couch. So it does work.
So yeah, it's been a busy day.
So what you been doing all day?
Uh,
Besides this?
trying to write a letter, which I'm sucking at, not having any luck there,
What do you mean writing letters?
for Michael.
Oh,
This letter that he seems to be adamant about me writing that I have told him countless times it ain't going to do any good because the judge is not going to acknowledge it the way Michael seems to think he will. It is going to be virtually pointless.
Yep.
But getting Michael to understand that is another matter. It's like, and I mean, I tried. Right.
And then on that, he is gonna be in trouble.
Yeah,
Take
because,
my voice.
well, see, here's the thing.
Or,
His idea, I get, okay? He's basically saying, Mom, we gotta light the fires under the butts, and we gotta do it now because,
I don't want you in trouble.
I want out of here, and I mean, we want you out, son, but we can only do so much. That's just, I brought my, I used one of yours, and I brought mine down because we don't really use it in the bedroom to burn stuff in there.
No.
And it's just very rare, yeah. Yeah, so this is the first one that I lit from this pack. I haven't lit any of the others yet.
Not one
Yeah.
with
Yeah, I wanted you to know that I have been being careful today because I don't want to overdo it. Because I don't want it to bother him. I don't want it to bother Jack yet. Because I'm doing it
This
too
is not
much.
Jack Jack.
No, it's Jack. He's right there.
Oh, you ready for your yogurt?
Oh, I bet he is. He's like, yeah, Mama, give me my yogurt. I'm about to freak. I'm about to freak out.
No, I didn't hear it.
Margie Dorky. Do we have any plugs over here?
Huh?
Do we have any plugs over here? A plug. So I can have it at an angle. I mean, I imagine I could try to do it on about 3 hours.
I got one in there. Thank you.
I'm going to put it over in the best light. So it's out of the way.
You want this? Yeah.
Oh, yes, it should be fine. It's been plugged in all this time, so it should have 3 hours before. I'm moving the table, guys, so you're going to hear a dragging noise. You got to see my big old fat stomach. I apologize. I'm a beached whale. You're what, honey?
The brown plug.
You're what?
The brown
Brown what?
plug. The stinky plug. No,
I haven't used any, honey. I just had this plugged into the wall over there. Yeah, I don't know what you do with your extension cord. I've just strictly I had it plugged into the wall there, that's all. And it,
I use, remember?
oh, the one Jay used?
Yeah, remember?
I've been trying not to use their first names, I just call them JW. Because,
All right, the JW. But
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to look for.
right,
The guy told me to wear my shoes tomorrow. You know? So you think, where I put it at? It's brown. Yeah,
brown.
yeah, it's a brown.
Brown,
It's the
brown.
the brown one, this is surgical.
Did you bring it upstairs?
No, I brought it down, 'cause, remember?
I mean,
I brought it
like,
upstairs.
did you
Yeah.
ever have it down in the basement or anything, I meant?
No, yes, I brought it back up.
Oh, you brought it back up, okay.
Yeah,
I couldn't see it.
mine, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here you go, hon.
Where's the? You have light behind it to a certain point that it won't.
There's another plug right there. See, extension cord, see?
Oh, okay, that'll work. Because I'm gonna be doing, like, some of the time I'm gonna be doing live streams during the day when I'm here, because now that I know that I can and that it works. Oh my goddess, I've been live streaming for 3 hours, 36 minutes. Yes, how about that, Colin? Not bad for an old lady, eh?
What is that one?
Colin Brown, who I'll probably never meet. Would love to meet him.
Who is it?
He's, Mr. Hottiness. Mr. Hottiness, move my Snapple bottle, please. Or hand it to me in case I need an ashtray.
Oh, you got that other picture right now? I don't know where it is. Where is it?
It's right over there. In
Oh,
front
you
of
like it?
Yeah, I loved it. I didn't want to drink any more pop. And I use it as a trash bottle after I drank it.
I know, I have a lot of pop.
Yeah. And that's cool. You know, I do my two bottle limit or whatever.
I got this at one too. Yeah.
Aww,
But it's broke right
that's
here.
pretty. It's broke.
No, right here.
Where?
I need to move
Oh, right. Okay.
this one.
That's really pretty though.
Yeah.
The candle